we're going to lose 50% of our revenue. I'm like, I am so irritated with them and all the things. I deleted Facebook from my phone.
Me too. Facebook can suck my butt.
I still have it, but I'm using it on Firefox, and they have a Facebook container on as part of their app.
Nice, good for them.
Yeah.
Facebook is out of control.
I'm switching like everything over to Firefox again.
Don't use Facebook.
Oh, we're recording. All right, guys, here we go. Welcome to this week's Adventures of the Redbane Guild.
Yeah.
And we pick up as the party, minus Bew, make their way back from the Gottfelden Isles as they ventured into these isles and dealt with, well, several things. But we'll let them relate those things to the party member who is missing. But they did return successfully. And we'll pick up right there. Wareth and Mirwin, you have just boarded the Larkspur after your adventure to the Isles. What do you do?
Go with Mealy to make her concoction.
Mealy leads you to to the kitchen area, where you also see Eckerd. And Mealy kind of gestures to him. Needs some strong alcohol. And Eckerd goes, got plenty of that. Kind of disappears into a little shelf. Comes out with, like one of those jugs that says XXX on it. Uncorks it and says, here, the strongest we got. Mealy smells it. That'll do. She says, mortar and pestle. He finds one. So she takes the seaweed you found, tamps it down, crushes it, and pours some of this strong alcohol into it and grinds it into eventually getting a paste out of it. Bew, you are asleep with fever, burning up, coughing incessantly when you are conscious, itching with boils all over. And you are scarcely aware of any time having passed since your last interaction with the party. But when you
want to go down there and see them before they do.
When you gain a hazy consciousness today, you become vaguely aware of Vissa sitting nearby. She's reading a book and kind of watching over you on a stool. She doesn't really notice you move or anything. And that's where you are right now.
I'd like to assume that I have an icy grip on that dagger.
Yeah, you sure do. As you examine your body a little bit in your vague hazy state, and you don't notice, you don't see any tendrils or vines sprouting yet, and you look a little further until you do see one down on in the middle of your chest. There is this strange, pale red, a vine-like structure emerging from one of the boils. It doesn't feel any different, but it's about half an inch long.
Cutting that off.
As you take your dagger and slice it off, you get a shock of pain, and you feel the boil burn a little bit of pain into you. And Vissa notices. She says, "What are you doing to yourself?"
Stay like this.
Did you just cut something off?
Got this.
Oh, is that one of those things? Oh,
Yeah.
Is there anything I can get you? I don't know what to do. I suppose we can just hope to get back soon. That is horrible. Don't cut yourself anymore. That can't be good for you. Just hold on and let it happen until they get back. You could just hurt yourself worse.
What could possibly be worse than letting these grow out of my skin?
You could cut yourself and bleed out to death.
No, I don't think that would happen.
What do you want, that? She kind of huffily sits back in her chair and watches you with a squinty eye. And it's just a couple of minutes after that you notice 2 more figures enter your area.
I cut them off my skin.
I want to go down there before while these guys are doing their thing.
By 2 more figures enter your area, I meant it's Bune, it's Worth and Mirwin coming down into your vicinity.
He'll be first. I'm a little bit behind.
Worth, you approach Bu, and you see him kind of in this in-between consciousness phase.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm afraid I have dire news. Unfortunately, we were unable to find any of the seaweed. Now we won't be able to make it back to the orcs in time. Graziella feels that it would be best to put you out of your misery now before the ship is overrun with bloodvine. I take his dagger from him.
I'm handing the dagger to him.
Vissa launches herself at you and attempts to shove you to the ground. Make a contested strength save.
Oh, of course it's a strength save. Oh, come on, please roll well. Oh, it's a 10.
She's a little girl.
Vissa, in her protective rage state, knocks her stool to the ground, takes you like in a football tackle by the legs and waist, and just whomps you to the floor of the ship. And the dagger goes clattering out of your grasp.
I start laughing uncontrollably.
She just collapses on top of you, weeping and kind of beating you a little bit. I couldn't find it.
At this moment, I come down the stairs.
You enter this scene and you witness a weeping and wailing Vissa on top of laying down tackled Worth, and Bu just sitting there like.
Bu kind of
you do?
Nothing.
Tunnel vision goes and picks up his dagger again and retrieves it. As shaky as that is.
You get it with a little bit of effort.
I was joking, Vissa. We found the stupid seaweed.
You didn't find it? Wait, what?
We found it.
You told him we didn't find any?
Maybe.
She
I should have come down here with you.
She has the most confused look on her face ever, and she slaps you just so hard.
Yeah, that's right. You deserve that.
Yeah, you do.
Or if I half believed you, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Don't worry. I wouldn't have actually killed you.
You gave him the dagger to kill him and everything. You can't imagine. That's horrible. How could you?
Because he's annoying.
Well, I mean a little sometimes, but I wouldn't want any of you to die, and that makes it just terrible.
I wasn't gonna kill him. I was just gonna scare him.
What if he had killed him?
You sure scared me.
Well, collateral damage.
Also, he's down here slicing himself up with that thing.
Well, I can't say I would have done anything different at his place, honestly.
See, Vissa. You have strange things growing out of you. You cut them off. This is the way of the world.
I don't know. I haven't experienced that, so I know.
Amelie will be down shortly. She's making her concoction right now.
So this will help then?
It should.
You all are going to be the death of me.
Well,
I
no,
swear.
it will be the riders that will be the death of you.
I should I hope not.
They don't need her anymore. They're not gonna look for her.
You don't think so, Arith?
Nah.
No, they just want all of us now.
True.
Gee. Well,
Y'all go after
Seaweed Island, I don't think.
Do I in the sea or do I somewhere else? A moment later, Mealy walks down and into the lower decks. She comes bearing a small bowl, and she kneels down to your height, Bew, and says, "Here, drink all of this.
Drink it isn't something that you put on the boils. That's what I had in mind.
Thick seaweed paste. Drink. It's quite a full bowl." And she says, "Just you've just got to ingest all of it. It's the only way.
Yeah, what is this anyway?
It's just a special type of seaweed mixed with very strong liquor. It will delay your infection. You will feel a reduction in your symptoms within a day or two, and you'll be able to
I
function."
think it'll be a day or two before I can function if there's that much strong liquor in this.
Perhaps.
Drink it, Bew. We had to become miners to get this stuff. I felt like a dwarf in that stupid cave.
Hey,
Is being a dwarf such a
I
bad
felt
thing,
like a
Worth?
dwarf too.
Yeah, they had quite an adventure in there.
I should have gone with you, I think.
What did you find down there? Vissa says, and Mealy says, "Just hold on the stories for a moment. Come, Bew." She hands it to you.
Yeah.
Drink it
I
or
take
it's
it
the
from her.
life for you.
Yeah, make a con saving. Make a con save throw.
Yeah, I want to poke around it first,
Yeah.
just to
You-
get an idea of what it is.
Oh, it's a strong and bitter smell. It's like Everclear, kind of a straight up alcohol smell
Nice.
with a little bit of a bitter herbal twist.
I want to know if View would like that kind of thing or not. If this is
I
something
don't
that he would be into.
That is-
let's do a
Nobody's
concept.
into Everclear.
That is up to you. Maybe View is.
Sounds like nasty without juniper gin.
It kind of is a little bit that.
My con is +1, I think now. Should I have all this out now? So 12.
It's it's definitely strong. You're not sure about it.
I'll choke it down.
Yeah, you're able to. It's you almost gag a couple of times.
That stuff is
And it
bitter.
burns. It burns all the way down.
Merely, well, the good news is I could not breathe out of my nose, and now I can.
Yeah, it immediately. It's like a flame straight through your nasal passageways, and it's like your head just opened up. That means it's working. I know the face. Yeah. That's a good thing, believe it or not.
I'm assuming the alcohol will kick in sometime soon.
That's part of the benefit of it, actually. So
I was going to ask for some strong alcohol anyway, so this just kind of is two birds in one hand.
it is. It will warm the belly very much, and then you will fall asleep.
Eckert have any more of that stuff? The
I
alcohol?
think so. I didn't use the whole bottle.
And it's like the added benefit is that you're drinking and getting a lot of greens, so in it could be healthy as long as you don't puke it up.
Seaweed was purple.
Whatever, still greens.
Yeah,
No, it's
greens.
purples. Duh.
That's it. Go to get your purples. Also, that smells horrific.
It's not good, so you would not like it.
I don't think I would.
I hardly like
Worse
it.
than View smells anyway.
I
Yeah,
had a
well,
little-
now I
I-
smell like this.
I had a little bit of Eckerd's wine while you all were gone on the island, and boy, I didn't wake up feeling very good after that.
Mm.
I can't imagine. I honestly don't know if it'll be I'll feel better or I'll feel worse after this brew. Roughly how many shots of spirits is in this?
Probably 4 or 5.
Well, that kills Ian.
This would
kills
kill
the
the Ian.
You being a little bit higher in Constitution than Ian, I'm sure he takes it.
Just go ahead and make a Constitution roll. Just want to see maybe how long you'll be out with this stuff.
Ooh, that was a 19. Plus 2, 21.
So you metabolize it fairly well, although it does make you feel very woozy and sleepy within less than a half hour. Your vision blurs slightly.
I go back down.
You go back down and you fall hard asleep. And it's just you guys left.
Well, I've had my fun. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go find some more of that. Why should Bew have all the fun?
Yeah, I think we deserve a drink after all that.
I should say so. Vissa, can you keep watch over him? Of course. I'll let you know if anything weird happens. Weirder than has already happened.
I look back at Vissa and say, "Let me know if it gets any worse." And I wink.
Don't listen to him. Vissa.
She makes a face at you. After she's able to sneak Bew's dagger away.
I guess I am out.
After you go out, yeah, she sneaks your dagger away and kind of hides it in her coat. What do you guys do next? You head up decks.
Go find Eckerd and get some
Booze.
You find Eckerd at his spot around the kitchens. He says, "Hey, you're back again.
We are.
We're back.
Did you give him the thing?
We did.
Think
And
he's
we
gonna
thought-
make it?"
Who knows?
He is asleep now, so we'll see what happens.
I suppose we will.
We thought, why should he have all the fun? Got any more good booze around?
I don't know about good, but I got more of that stuff that Mealy gave him.
Close enough. Strong and good. Close enough in alcohol.
Well, no, here you go. Takes that jug again. Slams it down on the counter.
I pick it up.
Have as much as you like, really. I'm curious to see how you do that.
I pick it
What's
up
your-
and take a swig.
What's your con score worth?
10.
Yeah, make a save throw.
Statistically, you'll do worse.
8.
Oh, Mirwin, make a con save as you take a. You just kind of swig it out of the bottle.
Yep.
Oh, it would have been really good.
It could have been really good. She rolled a natural 1.
So this stuff is bad. It's bad. It's not good liquor. It's just strong liquor. Mealy didn't. She didn't require it to be good or tasty in any way. And you find this out immediately. Both of you feel this. This washes over you. It's this heat and this bitter, just noxious, and you. And both of you have the urge, just the instant urge to hurl, and you rush to the gunwale of the boat and purge into the sea violently.
Well, I've never had that happen before.
Eckerd's like,
Yeah.
Getting the
Ugh.
disease is
Is that how you feel
Not
all
cool.
the time?
Shut up, you stubby little mountain troll.
Mm.
it's real
Ugh.
bad that Bew has the disease, but worse almost is that he's so passed out that he doesn't get to see this and make fun of them.
You see, I don't even drink that stuff.
Uh,
I mainly keep it for purposes like this, entertainment and so on.
It's for disinfecting wounds.
We use it to burn the warts off the mules.
I kind of go and then walk down the edge of the ship towards the front.
Make a dex throw.
I'm holding on to I'm like
I
using the rail of the edge of the ship to. But-
fall down where I am, just slumped against the wall.
But
You sit down with a thud.
How did you keep that down?
my deck save was a 24.
All right, you don't fall over, but you're like, and you kind of get the spins a little bit, but you stay on your feet, just barely.
I think I drew Bew.
Did you drop you?
I did a post horn shedding headshot of Bew. It's not great.
That's really good. No, I like that a lot.
It's not great. The eyes are a little bit weird, a little bit too anime.
I like the
But I
hair.
remember that when I started to take notes.
I like the hair very much.
This
Though.
session.
What happened to you had another drawing of you when we first started. You still have that?
Yeah. Like the old one that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can't find
I
that.
don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I've seen the
Yeah.
one of red, whatever, red.
Red on Arva.
I stole that from YouTube. He didn't draw it himself.
Oh no, of course not. I can't draw any of that crap that I said.
You want me to?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I meant to be making fun of James for stealing, not you for stealing.
Yeah, I steal all the things.
You want me to draw Warith?
Screen
Stick
sharing.
figure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it should be enabled.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Sexy.
his nose is a little bit. It didn't turn out because of the program I was using. Just didn't turn it.
Looks a little furboggy.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the design on his poncho, though.
Oh yeah, I've always liked that poncho ever since you first showed it to me. It's very
Alright.
cool.
How do I
Okay.
stop? How do I stop? How do I stop? Screen sharing? I should know this.
I was gonna say the same way we do it during the meetings.
So up on the upper decks, shortly Valdemar comes over and sees you guys. What's happened to you all?
Eckerd shared some of his special alcohol with us.
Ooh,
Don't ask.
you are showing your status as greenhorns still, having not fallen for that trick. So, how did it go on the island? I heard that you found what you were looking for.
We did.
Ooh, we did. We did. We found the seaweed to keep him stable for a while. So I suppose we should make for Orklandia.
Yes, we are going to Vakmol Island next. Hopefully, it won't take us more than a week to get there.
So you're fairly familiar with that area, yes?
Yeah,
You know where I've got a good place where someone might sell strange and interesting items.
oh, there's
Rare.
a large trading post on Vakmol Island actually. There's several ports along the Mediterranean Sea, and one of the, I think, more well-stocked ones. At least last time I was around there is at Vakmol Island. You'll be able to find what you're looking for there.
Found something interesting in the caves on that island.
Really? What is it?
It's a petrified or fossilized wyvern egg.
Huh. How about it?
Yes, and I thought if I find the right broker, I might be able to sell it for a decent amount.
The traders, the orcish traders, they're they're fascinating. They go all they're one of the only groups that trade with the Isle of Giants. Of course, you know that. So they go from up there all the way down, even to the Golden Isles sometimes, and they make mostly in the west of the world. They make their way from north to south and find every sort of good that you can imagine. So he may have interesting goods you've not seen before, and will probably buy if he's interested in your things.
Great. Wonderful.
Well, we should be off then. And you hear Graciela shouting out commands to Nikolai and Red, beginning to get things underway. Jasana commanding the sailors. The sails begin to unfurl. The steering oars are out, and you make your way, the Larkspur, out of the Goethfelden Isles and once again off into the open sea, heading west toward Vakmol Island.
Cool.
And let's see, so let's take a quick break so I can pee.
Yay for peeing.
Also, I'm tempted to make coffee, but I don't know.
You toy? And the dog going, "Woo."
Mm-mm.
That's what your table just sounded like.
A bit.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, it's annoying.
All right. So the day of sailing passes, and the night, and in the morning, you awaken, Bew, and you are feeling surprisingly different. Not hungover, surprisingly, but instead, your headache and
Is he feeling
fever
blood
has
briny?
receded. Your headache and fever has receded. When you breathe in, you don't feel the urge to cough. Your throat is clear. And when you look down, you see that your boils have receded to mere splotches. And you feel the strength returning to your limbs, like you can get up under your own power without too much assistance, and with a little bit of stamina feeling returning to your body.
That was a strong concoction, it was.
Oh,
Are
you're
we,
awake?
What? What?
This up next to you, she gets up. You're awake?
Yeah,
How,
yeah.
how do you feel?
Oh, I've got some good all around. I've got some lingering feelings. Think they might just be imaginary. I'm not sure.
Your
I think-
boils look a bit better.
Yeah, honestly,
faded a bit.
they look fine. I think whatever that was for the guff that I was giving it, I think it cured me. And that's
She
pretty
says,
good.
I'm going to go and get Neely, okay? I'll be right back.
So is he in a separate cabin from us now?
He's still in his own, his same sleeping area that he's been in, his same cot.
So are we there?
Where are you come morning? Yeah, I suppose you slept down there. You've woken up about the time that he has. You wake up in time to see Vissa leaving.
Well, Bew, I guess you're not. You haven't turned into a blood vine overnight.
No, it's true. I have not done that.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to killing you.
Yeah, it would have been an honorable fight, you and I. I was worried about that. Dying without honor. It seems that that has passed.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, for now, you know that stuff doesn't cure you. It just holds it at bay for a while till we can get a real cure.
Is that what it does?
Yeah. We're on our way to
Yes.
some place where the orcs live to get the real cure.
We're not at the orcs now. How long was I out?
How long has it been?
You were on the island for 1 day. So it's been 2 days since. You took the potion last night, so
We've only went out. We've only slept the night, so
Really? I thought we were. Well,
we
yeah, I
stopped
guess.
off on an island near the Isle of Giants with the seaweed.
Time frames are a bit fuzzy for me right now.
Understandable.
Excuse me. Yeah, I've got a dry mouth. I've got a real dry mouth.
Vissa returns in a moment with Miali in tow, who sits down at your side.
Hey, Mildy.
How are you feeling?
Thirsty. Honestly.
I'll get some water.
I'm feeling better. I feel like I have my brain back.
She kind of puts her hand on your forehead. Fever's broke.
Yeah.
That's very good sign. And the boils, how do they feel? Are they still itchy at all?
Not today. Not today. This one's the worst looking, but I feel like I cut that one off.
I feel like you did. Vissa told me about that. Well, overall, this is working. This will buy us some time.
Ian knows the answer, but Bew wants to peer around for his dagger real quick.
You don't see it.
I don't. I rolled a 5.
You know, you kind of feel under your pillow,
What you looking for?
dig around under the bed. You don't see your dagger anywhere.
Well, I'm looking for that. You remember back in? Oh man, I don't even remember the name of the town. I bought that dagger from the man who did not like us very much.
No, but okay, if you say so.
Yeah, it's my dagger.
Oh, the guy who was going to call the town guard, the dwarf that
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that we were.
Turns out he and I were mind alike. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. Well, the dagger I bought from him.
I'll wait for Vista to come back down before I give him a new one.
She returns with a pitcher of water. It's nice and fairly cool. She hands it to you.
Thank you.
Well, since you lost your dagger here, you can borrow mine.
Thank you, Arith. I feel naked without my dagger.
I don't give it to him. Like, never mind. I just wanted to see if I could make Vista tackle me again.
I would. You know I would. I would. You don't think I wouldn't. She just kind of stares around at you two.
Goodbye.
What's with the eyes, Vissa?
Oh, you don't remember that?
He tried to make an insight check.
Which one?
You.
I remember.
18, which would bring me up to either 19 or 20. Insight. I have a +6 in.
Oh, you truth seer, you.
No, just a +5. Yeah, so that would bring me up to 23.
You get a vague remembrance of something having occurred the previous night before you got the potion altercation between Warith and Vissa, and you also get this sense that Vissa took your dagger.
No, okay.
Well, I'll see you guys later. And I leave.
Do you need anything else? Are you feeling better with the water?
I'm feeling pretty good, Vissa. I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. She stands there very awkwardly, just kind of. I'm gonna go and find you some breakfast.
All right.
Ooh, breakfast sounds good.
I'm not
I'm gonna go upstairs to get
incredibly
breakfast.
hungry. Maybe just something light there, Visa.
She's examining your boils. You see,
They're fine.
they're really better.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. This one came off somehow. I'm not sure. Oh, that is all good.
Sorry, I took your dagger. Here you go.
Yeah. I was wondering how long it would be until you cracked.
I'm really sorry. It's just I was afraid what I was gonna happen. What you do is just stab yourself, and I took it.
I appreciate your concern.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get you some breakfast.
Don't
Alright.
worry about it. I am going to get up myself.
You sure you're strong enough?
I am strong enough. And if I don't start being strong enough now, then how can I survive?
He should be fine, says Miali. His strength will return until it's well, until it doesn't. But we must make haste in that case. So you are underway now. You heading with all speed toward Vakmol Island. And what do you all do right now?
Get up, dress myself, do a quick inventory of my goods, normal morning stuff. I'll do some semblance of a workout routine, whatever it would normally be if I could.
Sure, you find it surprisingly easy, and whereas your muscles and even your skin had been aching before, now it feels your limbs feel free and you feel loose with your muscles, and overall so much better that you're able to do a little bit of a workout, get yourself clothed and get some breakfast, get food and water in you, and you feel surprisingly strong.
That is some rough stuff.
After eating, I went to go to the front of the ship and stare out into the middle distance.
You mount up on the prow of the ship, hand in your coat, just breathing in the salt air, and the winter breeze blows your hair back, and your coat billows dramatically, and people think that you're very deep.
As well
I
they
have
should.
never seen a man more shallow than he.
Sorry. That was very funny.
Nobody understands me.
No one ever could.
So he spends like 20 minutes there doing that. You just kind of watch him. You find it quite enjoyable once you begin doing it. But the others are watching. It's refreshing. The sea spray slightly just blowing on your face,
Absolutely.
and the winds out of the west just. It is invigorating. So the day passes, and the next couple as well. You pass a couple of small islands and a sea stack when you see of a group of penguins gathered on, kind of waddling as they are wont to. Some sea stacks with puffins diving in and out of the water, and it is the weather holds very steadily. It is the winds are kind, and it is 8 days of sailing.
8 days a week.
You pass a lot of sea ice,
8 days a week.
and you see several icebergs. You pass between a few of them, but deftly, Graziella, Nikolai, and sometimes Clara helm the ship, and they maneuver you through this sea ice with little trouble. They're very skilled at it, and it does not impede your progress too much. And so 8 days go by, during which you continue to feel better and better until at the time that you begin to draw close to Vakmal Island, you can hardly tell, other than some red splotchiness, that you had been sick at all.
Back to normal then. His normal routine. He's fallen back into pretty easily.
Mealy keeps tabs on you each day, seeing how you're feeling every morning, and Vissa, of course, is doting on you because she's become quite fond of you, kind of become an adoptive uncle to her.
No, it is not necessary that you bring me food every morning, Vissa.
I must.
No, it is. You are. Think of it this way: you are only gimping me in the long run, because what if I get used to you bringing me food, and then I can't get my own food?
Psh. Whatever. That's not how it works.
That's how it works.
That's not how it works.
You get used to the shortcuts. Yeah.
Let people help you, take care of you. Can't do everything yourself.
I can. I don't
No,
even
you
need the help.
can't.
I don't need the help at all.
Oh, I know that's how you think. I know that. I'm a beaut, and I must have everybody. Everybody must stay at a distance from me, and I must do everything for myself, even when I'm really sick. That's you.
Do either of us hear this?
Yeah, you're around.
It's
I am cracking up, absolutely cackling.
actually
Yes.
pretty accurate to how I absolutely feel, and you've got it spot on.
I'm sorry if that was mean, but I just seriously.
No, it's impressive to and
Perfect.
it's good to take a step out of yourself and see yourself objectively through the eyes of others, and then realize that you are living your best life, how you always wanted to.
You hear a voice from behind Vissa, and it is one that you've actually not heard since you arrived on the ship. And it says,
Stick it.
Can I talk with them very quickly, Vissa?" And you turn and you see a familiar face, sort of. The grizzled face of Kalisis, the accused poacher, who has safely arrived on your ship, but has been reclusive. Vissa cedes the area to him, and he takes a seat next to you three. He says, I have neglected to thank you for saving me from the island. So I'm saying it now.
No worries.
I can't tell you how nice it is to be on the open sea again.
Yeah. I'm happy that we were able to solve our conflict without killing each other back on the island.
So am I. I was about ready to put an arrow through all three of you, but I thank you for your patience with me.
We're fine. We are good. The way
I
I
would have
see
been happy
it,
to kill you.
do not listen to Arith. The way I see it, we are equal. We are even.
I appreciate that. You know, I killed a troll on my way back. Not 2 days after you sent me. Slew him in his path.
Wow.
All right. Well, I think we did. We encounter a troll, or was it a yeti that we had to run from?
A Yeti.
Ah,
Oh, you got
I was
tracked by
going
a
to say.
Yeti?
Yeah.
I got tracked by a Yeti once. Got away.
Yeah, this one met
Scary
the
bastards.
arrow of a giant.
Yeah, we had to personally be rescued by a giant on that one.
No, they're good. You know, they're good folk on the whole. I don't think I'd ever go back to see him again, but you know, I try to hold my prejudices back against them, though they did some things to me that I resent in the long run. But you know, I try to forgive and forget.
You had a slightly different experience with them than we did, honestly. Well, I think our original arrangement still stands. You are free to hop off anytime you like.
If I find a place I like, I'll leave.
Well, and I don't know how much I can speak for the captain and what she thinks. You should thank her
Oh,
before.
I have. We spoke several times. I was over the few weeks I was here. She's very gracious, so I very much appreciate what she's done, letting me aboard here. So
Yeah.
I've said my piece.
Bye.
Thank you. And Kalisis takes his leave. He just wanted to get that out there.
That was nice of him.
It's good to see that he made it.
I was wondering about him. Now we know.
On the morning of the 8th day, you hear a horn blast from up above decks. And you hear the distinctive voice of Valdemar. We've arrived, Lando!
Ooh. Why not go up on deck and see what's going on?
Yeah, you three head up to above decks. And now it is Valdemar who is stood at the prow of the ship, standing with a spyglass out at this island that you now perceive coming up over the horizon. And you see this, so you see an island. Basically, it's quite large. Basically, a central mountain rises up, almost volcano-like. The scenery is not too dissimilar from the Isle of Giants. Beautiful, jagged, toothy rock formations up in the high fells, snow-covered trees rising from foothills. But the main feature you see as you get closer is a valley. It's a river valley carved by a river originating high in the mountains and making its way down to the sea. It terminates in a pretty little river delta, where as you close on the island, you see many orcs working at fishing nets and poles. The settlement is this valley is at a slope. You see a settlement there with little cottage-like homes linked by cobblestone pathways, several bridges across the larger branches of the delta and across the river itself. And there's at the top of the valley, between a few trees, there's a longhouse type building, much in the Keswinic style. And you also see another large building down near some of the docks. This is 3 stories tall, kind of a hybrid Keswinic style with high-peaked, sloping roofs, carved and painted knotwork in the doorways and windowsills. And outside there is a sign, and it says High Islands Trading Post. And there outside you do see a few boats kind of coming and going, little fishing boats where orcs work fishing poles and nets. And that is the scene as you approach, and the captain is hailed, and you've begun the docking process.
This
Here
is
we are, guys.
very beautiful.
Isn't it? Been quite a few years since I've been here, but it's nice to return.
Where do we go now?
Well, you were looking for the river seers, and you should find them fairly easy. They'll be roaming around this valley somewhere. They ride on the older women. They ride on turtles.
Turtles.
Dragon turtles. You know, yay big. Also, they sit on top of them, have these umbrella things, staffs with skulls on them. You can't miss them.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it, yeah.
I am going to go ashore and take in the sights, go into the trading post a bit. Yeah.
I think we might come with you to start off with.
Sure.
I'm feeling fine. We have some time before we need to see these seers, so
We shouldn't waste time.
yeah, but I'm feeling fine.
No, we best not waste time, says Miele, coming up behind you.
We are not wasting any time. We are making a short stop, yeah? Don't you think?
I suppose there's no harm if you need to stop in to purchase something. Graziella says we'll be trading supplies as well for the ship, but please, I must beg you, don't dally unnecessarily. You will only find yourself coming to harm. I know you feel fine now, but I don't know the timeline for sure, but when it could be a day, it could be 2 days or 3 before you'll start feeling you falling back into that same disease. It is not gone, it is still inside of you.
I understand. Well, what do you two think?
Whatever. It's not me who's gonna die.
Well, we could see what we come across on our way to the Sears.
Yep.
That's pretty inconclusive. All right.
So the gangplank is down. Graziella and several of the others have gone on their way, and you see them up negotiating with a couple of orcs in front of the trading post. Looks like they're getting ready to do some acquisition of supplies for the ship after you fairly dried out from the stay at the Isle of Giants. Though you were provisioned with some things from the Giants, there's still the Larkspur could do to acquire some goods here. So that's where you are, and it's just a mid-morning, 10:30 a.m. ish. The wind is nice, icy, but the sun is out.
Nice, I see. I honestly don't know what we decided on doing, if we want to go to the post or if we want to go just straight to the Sears.
Do you want to unload that egg first?
I'm not in any rush.
Oh, we should probably find Sears.
If he dies because I had to go sell an egg, Vissa will kill me.
True. Let's go find Sears.
What
Don't want
kind
Vissa
of
mad at us.
egg did you find, Lorith?
Found a fossilized wyvern egg. I
Interesting.
found a fossilized wyvern egg.
I feel like I missed a lot of something. When did you find that?
On the island where we had to find your stupid seaweed.
We found quite a bit of
We
like a
before we could, there was a giant living on that island, and he wouldn't tell us where the seaweed was until we found some fancy shiny rocks for him. We could use those to hunt kraken.
I've
Yeah.
heard the name of this creature before, but I always heard it in the mythos as a large, almost god. Is he hunting gods?
He's hunting baby gods, I guess.
yeah. He says they make good meat.
Tastiest treat in the sea, he said.
So we had to go find this shiny rock.
So we could use it as a lure.
And
Did you see a kraken, or did you just get the seaweed and go?
We unfortunately did not see a kraken. I would have been curious. Well, with the ship so close by, maybe not, but
we did find. Face looks terrible.
wow. You married me, so what's it say about you and your decision-making capabilities?
I was talking to Warith.
Uh-huh.
Dum dum.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, we also found like an ancient tomb, mausoleum. I don't know what it was.
Yep, found a bunch of tombs. Bunch of caskets.
And Warith had to go poking at rocks, and it turned out it was a troll. Almost killed us.
We killed him first.
Did you kill it? All right, yeah. I was wondering.
Who actually killed it? Was it Mealy?
Mealy
Was it-
killed something?
I think it was
believe-
Mealy.
I thought it was Mirwin.
Might
Let
have
me
been.
look.
I don't remember.
Well, that's
I did it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
that's pretty exciting.
So you guys head down onto the docks, up into the village, which it's not so much a linked village with blocks of houses, not unlike Ovai, but this is more meandering up and down a valley, and it's not long before there are cobblestone paths, and like I said, on this in this valley, up and down, linking the residences. And you see the most interesting sight. There is, upon a large plodding turtle, there is an old orcish female holding a staff of bones and skulls, and she has a sun umbrella over her shoulder, much like this.
See, I was worried that they were going to be some big adventure, and here they are right here.
The
Any
turtle,
idea how we're supposed to approach these things?
the turtle kind of bends down and drinks from a stream, snips on some grass.
I'm sure if there was anything important we should know, then we would have been told by
Yeah, you'd think.
Vanderhald. I forget who it was.
Valdemar.
Valdemar.
The
You want
turtle,
to just go up and prostrate yourself in front of him and in front of her, and
you see the turtle take notice of you, kind of turns and cocks his head. A little hissy noise, but not necessarily aggressive, comes out, more curious.
I walk up to them.
does it sound like a big gator?
Yeah, basically.
The sounds that they make, the rumbling.
That is a good way to describe it, yes.
Those things are so cool.
So you walk right on up to it. And it and its rider turn to face you. She looks down. And who might you all be?
I bow without breaking eye contact and say, I am Warith, and these are my friends, Mirwin and Bew.
Don't sound so pained to say that.
We are seeking your assistance.
From where do you come?
Well,
Lots
all
of
over.
places.
Originally from myself, Kazuin, but more recently we come from the Isle of Giants.
From Inselreisen? But you don't look like traders.
We are not. We are not. We had business on the isle itself,
We're
and
adventurers.
yeah.
Oh.
Um,
Interesting.
I seem to have come down with something, a disease that I was told that you could help me with.
Me? What sort of malady afflicts you?
I was
I
infected with blood vines.
have been infected with blood vine. Yeah.
She nods. I have seen this before. You were bitten then, were you not? Venturing perhaps in a deep cavern?
Yeah, poking around where maybe we should not have been.
Well, this does happen. I've seen this disease go very poorly in the past. Quite a grim end. It
Yeah.
must be early in the stages, for you appear not to be showing many signs yet.
Honestly, we are about a month in. We found a
Have you?
plant to slow the infection.
I see.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about how close I am to turning into plant, honestly.
When did you apply this potion to slow down the infection?
It's close to a week ago, maybe a little bit over.
Over a week ago. It was at least
8
8 days
days.
ago.
I remember. 8
You
days.
do not have long.
Can you help him?
Yeah, I assume that I did not.
I am Olga the alchemist. And yes, I can help.
Will you help him?
Of course I will. What do I look like?
Um,
I have no idea.
we thank you for your help. I would say for myself, I am worried that there was a bit of a runaround that was going to occur. So
Well, I'm not finished yet.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
The cure for this particular disease must be procured through the use of sap from several trees about the island. You must procure them. There is 3 of them. The trees of Grenfa, they are called. The first one is Fenria. You will find it upon a hilltop to the west of here, surrounded by flowers. Then you will find Braunefield to the north upon a high ridge, difficult to get to. And in a small valley to the east, the tree called Widerhaus, where our ancestors once held court. Take these 3 steps, go to Temple Island, retrieve water from the pond at its center, then return these things to me, and I will make the potion that will save your soul.
Of course.
What was that last thing? The water from Temple Island in the what now?
In the pond at the center. That is the healing water. It is needed to mix the sap and complete the potion.
And
Yeah.
the place where the ancestors held court, in what direction is that?
That is a valley to the east, where you will find the tree called Widerhaus.
I have bits and pieces of all that, but I think we can get there. Yeah.
Now, make certain that you keep these 3 steps separate. Separate until you bring them to me.
Hmm.
Then I will do the process. Do
I
you know
see.
how to tap a tree?
Feeling fine for some.
Do any of you know how to tap a tree?
Worth absolutely does not.
No, probably not. Mirwan, probably not. Give me
Probably.
a nature check, just to make sure,
Probably.
with advantage.
I worked in the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
Yeah, this will
Oh
be a
my.
low DC advantage.
And he talks about Worth having a thing for horses.
Did you
He's trying
say
to screw the
with
trees.
advantage?
Yeah,
That was a 2.
you get advantage.
That was a 3. Hold on.
Okay. So
Plus 1.
you've watched people work on tap trees before and do that. You were more focused on the bees aspect of it. So you like have the vaguest, most foggy idea of how one would tap a tree. It's like when
Oh.
I watch people work on cars, and then I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it is fairly simple if I remember correctly. Did you have a tap? You put it into the tree, yeah?
Yes, you would put the tap into the tree. You need to mark out with a V shape with an X first, and then you would tap the tap in, and you hang the bucket, and after a few hours, you will find a bit at the bottom of the bucket. If you need a tap, go to the trading post.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You were going there anyways.
Do not forget to get 3 buckets, so as not to mix the sap.
Yeah.
4 buckets, so we have one for the water.
That would be wise as well.
Well,
the
we
water-
should get 5 buckets just in case we break one.
I was kind of going to say that too.
Well, just make sure you have a container to keep the water in. Doesn't have to be anything special.
Yep.
Oh, you sweet baby. You sweet Sadie girl.
Nick, I should make you replace that alternator and just tell you how to do it. There are
God.
2 bolts, maybe 3. Oh,
You can do it. You can do it.
whatever.
Scary. She says, I do hope to see you again soon.
James, we should make you play Smash Brothers. There are 4 buttons.
I can play Smash Brothers. I just suck
Maybe
at
5.
That's great.
James, we should make you play Mario Kart.
it. Oh, I'm good at Mario Kart.
I'm not good at Mario Kart. All right,
Carrie didn't wanna
what do you
play
guys
with
do
me
next?
anymore.
Thank her. Yeah, thank you very much. We will look out for you here.
I'll be right around here. I'll mostly mill around on the turtle. On Brauchman here.
Brahman. I'm
Sounds
moving
like
to a
fun.
street with the same name.
Oh, you
Brauchman?
truly. Well, that's very good for you. Come, Brauchman, let us go find you some more weed sweet. The turtle slowly plods off.
Well, what are we supposed to find again?
We are to go to 3 different trees. There's one on the hilltop to the west. I hope knowing the names aren't incredibly important because I think I only got one all the way for sure.
Everyone will recall the names are Fenria, Brunefiend, and Wiederhaus.
What's the last one?
Wiederhaus. Wiedereus.
I would not have spelt it like that.
Edelweiss. Edelweiss. The only reason I know that is because Edelweiss is spelled with a W and a cell like a V. Also, Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
You have one of those.
Brandfin? Yeah,
And
I have one like that, but I call it a Wolfswagen.
Wolfswagen.
Well, the Germans would call it the Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Fenria.
We're being completely off topic. There was
Anyway,
a Top Gear where they go to the Volkswagen factory, and they look at like some of the really cool stuff, and there was all of these German people just talking in their adorable German accents. I just love Germans. Germans are the best.
They're pretty funny. I like.
It's
Speaking of Top Gear,
yes.
there was an episode where they brought this. I'm sorry, Nick. There was an episode where they brought this. It was a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW now. And so they brought this Rolls-Royce in with this weird, like, stainless steel bodywork, and they were making fun of the guy. The guy who brought it in was like, yes, "Nix the fingerprints on the top. Do not touch it. No touch." It was great.
Don't touch.
I love Germans.
Anyway, I'm done now.
Yeah, but there are 3 trees, and then we go to a not the water temple island. We need to get water from the temple island,
which
which is
direction
a
was that? I
separate
missed.
island. I am certain there was not a direction given.
She
but
did
we-
not. She didn't say, and you didn't ask.
We can probably find a temple island. How hard could that be? Q2 3 hours from now when we don't have any clue where we're going. Also, she assuredly said, "You haven't long." Made me feel good.
Let's go get our supplies from the trading post, and maybe they will know where this temple is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Harry. Don't forget, you haven't long view.
Hurry, hurry.
Haven't long.
So you head down to the trading post, back down the valley, and into this big building. Inside is an expansive warehouse-like space. but nicer than just some warehouse. It's more like a nice shop with a ton of space, well kept and clean. It is stocked with loads of crates, barrels full of goods, large kegs of ale, bushel baskets with varieties of foods. There are here giant-made goods as well, rugs, pumpkins. You gather that these traders must be some of those that deal with trade with the giants. You see also goods for horses, provisions for hunting and fishing. There are pelts for sale. It's truly unlike any store you've seen. It is, it's like a supermarket of this trading post is. And there are several orcs going in and about, some loading and carrying things on wagons, and that's the scene inside. You see as well. Let's see. Where is it? There is an orc male who is sitting at a small table in the corner, eating something. Indeterminate age. He has a stubbly face, wearing warm furs. He's got large whalebone earrings and small rings as well in his chin tendrils. He kind of looks up and gives you guys a cordial nod as you head into the trading post.
Hello, how are you?
I do, very good. You all, how can I help you?
Well, I have a short list of things that I need. I am not sure how this place works. Am I to walk around and find it myself, or can I ask someone to bring it here?
You can ask me.
Awesome. I have 6 items that I'd like to buy from you. Total, it would be. Actually, I need an axe as well.
Tell me what it is and I'll tell you if I've got it.
I need
I've
an
got
axe.
quite a few things, so we're very
Um,
well stocked up here.
I need a tinderbox. I need a flint. I need a dozen glass vials. I need 3 tree taps. I need 2 water flasks. Some copper wire, or if you have it, or some malleable wire, and then a small hand axe if you have all of those.
Index. Yes, that's quite a list, but I don't I think I've got everything. Certainly, let me go and find a few things. I believe the total on that. How about uh, 10 gold pieces for everything?
Yeah, no problems.
10 crowns. I'll bring some things back. He makes his way around the warehouse. There are some standard shelves and stuff with just racks and rows of goods, and he goes around picking various things. Comes back with several buckets. One of the buckets holds a few of the things that you requested, the tinderbox and whatnot. And he also puts a small hand axe down on the table. He said, I think this is everything. Make sure and let me know if you need anything else. And 10 gold.
Yep, I pay him the 10 gold, and I eyeball the whole list again. A tinderbox, flint, 12 vials, glass vials. I'm looking at the vials. Are they enough to hold a decent amount of tree sap, or are they kind of small?
Yeah, your vials, they're about yay big, 5 inches or so, and a good amount, a circumference around that. Yeah, it would hold, say, 500 milliliters of sap pretty easily.
Fine. 3 tree taps, 2 water flasks, copper wire. Is there a decent amount of copper wire? A good
You
spool?
get about 10, maybe about 15 feet of copper wire is what he's got there.
Do you have any more of this copper wire?
I should be able to find some. How much are you looking for?
I think if you can find 2 more lengths of this amount.
This is what is this? 15 feet? Yes, I can find that. Give me a few minutes.
45 feet should be fine.
Is everything else up to snuff?
And then a small hand axe.
Yep.
That's it.
It's a pretty solid quality. I'll be right back. Brings
Sure.
2 more. Brings 2 more small spools of copper wire. And he says, no additional cost for the wire. Go ahead and you're good. You're good with the payment.
Thank you.
I
I
have
appreciate that.
a question for you.
Yes.
I don't know if you can help me with this or if you can point me to someone who could. But through our travels, we've found some interesting things here. I was curious if you might be interested in buying it.
I am always interested in buying curiosities. We
I pull
trade
up
in those.
one of those giant scorpion stingers.
Where did you get that thing?
Oh, some weird island across the world. We fought these giant scorpions.
Huh.
It was on the Isle of Giants.
Ah, you tell the reason. I've been there a few times. We should have a car. We should probably have a ship going out within the week or two, going to bring back more of the fine logs.
Those were very nice.
Absolutely luxurious. They go for quite a bit of money.
Do you think you know of anyone who'd be interested in buying the stinger? I imagine it could be useful.
Can I take a look at it?
Sure, here you go.
Looks at it, kind of thumbs the end, feels the weight of it, smells it. I'll take it. And you have another one?
I only have the one.
I would like to have, I like this. I'll pay you 15 crowns for it.
What about 20?
18.
Fine.
All right, very good. I like this. Anything else you want to sell? You found lots of things on your journeys. Do you perhaps that you want to unload, and we can make good business?
I may know where something is that could be interesting. Is there much of a market for a fossilized wyvern egg?
Oh, yes, there would be quite a market for that.
Really? How much do you think that might fetch?
Now that, I would have to see the egg first of all. The market for those kinds of things, wyvern eggs, dragon eggs, is very exclusive, you see.
I would imagine.
I'm interested in it, but I would ideally like to get it appraised first.
Well, I suppose I can't really do much with it on my own here now. So.
I would like to let me take a look at it at least. I'll see what I think on first impressions. We'll hash something out, even if I have to refer you to. Oh,
here it is.
Look at that. Oh, well, that is quite pretty, isn't it?
It is.
Takes in that dappled gray color of it. Fairly heavy. Fetches a kind of little eyeglass, magnifying glass out of his coat pocket. Where did you find it?
Here and around. Why?
Okay, then you don't have to tell me. I'll be right back. He goes into the back office areas. Returns a couple of minutes later. What's that?
Bew heads out and starts doing a little bit of work with the materials he just got.
Okay, you head outside, and he returns a few moments later with another orc. This one a larger, burlier fellow, dressed much the same, heavy furs, a long cloak, kind of brushing the floor as he comes out of perhaps an office area. And the first one says, "Take a look at these." Wyvern egg. White one, ice. Or frost wyvern. Well, can I see that? Takes the glass, looks at it. Takes out a small knife, and taps it with the butt of it. In several areas. Now you see, I have some news for you guys. This is not fossilized.
Oh, crap. Is that good or bad?
That completely depends on what you intend for it. If you want to sell it, well, let me put it this way. There's a highly exclusive market for the eggs and an even more exclusive market for the live eggs.
Well, then, I am interested in selling it
It is hard to
for the right
tell.
price.
It is hard to tell how far along the egg is. Various species of wyverns hatch at various different rates, and it can be difficult to tell a fossilized one from, from a live one. Though they are both of them very hard eggs, almost resembling stones. I'm afraid that we can't deal with it here. We're simply too far north. You'll need to go somewhere with simply more people. You could sell this in a few places. You could sell it in Hammercrest. You could sell it in the Triumvirate. You could sell it in the Golden Isles. You could probably sell it in the Aroch Mountains. It's possible you could sell it in Irta if the Lake Queen would be interested in that type of thing. But up here, at this far stretch of the world, it would take me months, perhaps, to find a buyer. And at this point, I simply cannot help it.
Very well. Thank you very much for your information.
Yeah. If you need to sell or buy anything else, don't hesitate to come on by.
Take the egg back, and I leave.
You head back on outside, where you see Bu going about his business.
He was taking that that wire, and he's wrapping it around the throat of each of the flasks so that each of them hang underneath a tap, so that they all are basically tap buckets, but for the flasks. That's all that he's doing at the moment. Everything else is kind of...
Sure, you're able to cobble that stuff together pretty easily.
Yeah.
And you see at this point Mirwin and Worth emerge from the trading post.
So are you going to take that egg with us or leave it on the ship?
I should probably leave it on the ship, shouldn't I?
Probably. That's a lot of weight to carry.
Which way are you headed first? I'll catch back up with you.
I guess we could go in the order that she mentioned. So west to the hilltop.
Yes, the west was the first direction she mentioned. The hilltop in the west surrounded by flowers, the tree called Fenria.
Fenria. Okay. I will take it back to the ship and meet up with you at the hilltop region looking for the Fenria tree.
Fenria to the west.
Judging by the size of this island, it's likely not more than a few hours between each destination of walking. Though you do have, never mind, horses now.
Oh yeah, we have horses now. I was just about to say, I'll take Tinkerbell on my way back so I can make up time, but we probably already had them.
You have 3 horses. In fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do that. I head back to the Larkspur.
All right, you're back in the Larkspur, and what are you doing? You replace the egg where you got it and take out Tinkerbell?
Yep.
Do you bring the other 2 along, or what do you do?
Yeah, since we're short on time sensitive, I'll bring the other 2 horses with me.
Yeah, you bring out the other two. These guys, both white-ish horses, perhaps a little bit larger than Tinkerbell, and they still have that barding armor on them. So you take all three of the horses out. You leave with the lead, and down past the docks, and there you are with a bunch of horses. You see him come down the docks with horses in tow of you.
Very good. Right on time, Lorith. I was just finishing this up.
All right. Do you
Yeah.
ride horses, Bew?
I haven't before.
You've never ridden a horse? That's hilarious.
No, I've been in carts before, but on the back of a horse. No.
Well, this should be interesting.
Let's take a break, guys. This is going to be hilarious.
Good, you might have to pee.
Yeah, I think I might make some coffee. That's
Hi there. It's me. Fetched it. Back there. Goodbye.
I remember Dungeon World.
There's some really,
Agnes?
yeah,
Ragnarok.
No. Name was Ragnus.
Ragnus.
Oh, Ragnus! How could I forget?
He was just like Worth.
Some cool like maps that I have in here.
Oh, dang.
This is the one shot that Seth and yourself and who else was part of that? You went into like
Star
the
Wars?
you went into like the underground and tracked some stuff.
The bugs?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I wasn't
That was
there then.
different. Here's the Reaper dude.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And all of his juicy notes.
Yeah, what was his deal anyways?
He was and in the he still existed in the world when the Squat Squad was around. You could have met up with him. There's that's where this NPC came in. She was kind of a swamp hag-ish kind of a person.
Oh, yeah.
She anyways, he felt pity for people who were burdened by like people beyond their prime. When it became like too much for a people, he saw himself as a blessing that would come and take away burdened people. So he kind of made himself into like this local legend of would unburden people.
Killed him?
He didn't kill them. Well, he took them to a different place. He took them up to his keep. I don't think I fleshed out what he did with them up there, but I also didn't expect anybody to ever go up there. If they made their way up there, I would have fleshed that out a little bit.
I loved those early sessions.
He wasn't good. He wasn't evil. He just unburdened people of their old, their
elderly.
of their elderly.
Alrighty. All right, so here we are back, and what do you do?
Moist and creamy.
Yeah, so moist.
I'm gonna need a leg up on this horse.
Does somebody give Mirwin a boost?
I
Thanks,
think Bew
Bew.
is.
You does.
You boost Mirwin up.
That's the only one that probably could out of Worth and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Worth, you mount up on Tinkerbell as is usual. And Bew, what do you do?
Kind of awkwardly look at the other horse. Kind of pat the horse.
It's this big white horse. Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
You, what are you doing? Get on the horse.
Yeah, I don't know if that's entirely necessary for me to get on the horse.
You don't have long left. You might save some strength for you.
So bad.
4.
So you get next to the horse and pat it, and it kind of looks at you like it's not sure about you. It shies away a little bit.
Yeah. See, this one isn't too keen on me, and I don't want to get on an animal that is not keen on me.
You, get on the horse. Let's go.
I'm going to keep up with you. It's not anything.
Sure.
Fine then. Well, you got to put the horse back.
I take I consider smacking the horse on the butt to make it go, and I don't want to do that. So I take the leads and I tie it to something.
Make one more animal handling check, then.
15. Far better than a 4.
So you start trying to lead it a little bit, but it kind of stops, and it looks a little more friendly towards you, like it's looking at its fellow over there, like it wants to follow, and it kind of makes eyes at you just a little bit.
He wants to go. He wants to go with his friends.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it can be.
Friends.
Yeah, it can be a pack animal.
That's not what the horse wants to do, and you know it.
I don't even think that I can put my hooves up in the foot pieces like you do. You have those long toes that curl around, and my feet would just go right through. You see, we are structurally different, you and I. I don't think it will work out.
You can climb a ladder. You can put your foot in a stirrup.
I am not known for climbing ladders.
But you can do it, yes?
Well, the arms do all the work.
Mm.
You know how it is. You grab on and then you monkey your way up.
Get on the horse, Pete.
Your legs don't do anything, right?
Ward looks at him irritatedly.
I start heading west.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just go west. See, I
Everyone
will.
begins trotting off.
I hold the reins and begin trotting off.
The other. So do you guys keep your pace, or do you wait for Bew, or do you just
Absolutely
head on?
not.
I try to keep up.
Make an athletics check.
I have a speed of 45.
You do. That's true.
What's the
What
speed
do
of a
you-
horse?
Let's find out.
Stats.
My horse needs a name.
That's your job. I named my home horse. You name your horse.
They have a speed of 60, so it's I'm keeping up pretty well.
So you guys begin on your way. They definitely not waiting for Bew, as they rode off a little bit irritated. You keep up. The distance between you and them on their horses gets a little bit wider as time goes on. You're right behind them, kind of. But they draw away a little bit as about an hour goes by. As you head west over a couple of hills.
Would you say
and
these
out of the
are riding horses, war horses, or draft horses?
Oh, Lord. Well,
You,
Tinkerbell is a draft horse.
Yeah, Tinkerbell's a draft horse, and the other two are war horses.
The war horses can do 60 feet. Draft horses can do 40 feet.
Okay, so you keep up
That's
with.
so dumb.
So I get there first.
Mirwin's is definitely the fastest.
Or if you are actually lagging behind, I am the second fastest.
At several points, Bew, leading his horse, like trots by you.
On your left.
I don't go full speed because I want to make sure these two idiots don't get lost.
I don't care if I get lost. Let you die.
So it's a little dysfunctional, but you begin to make your way up and
Why
out of
is
the
View
valley.
faster than the horse?
I mean, I would say running at full speed, you'd be faster, like gallop. At a full gallop, you would be faster.
Because I'm a monk and I get something wicked like 15 extra feet per round for being a monk, especially a level 6. I just went for 40 feet around to 45.
He's a very fast man. So he's fast and can keep up with the horse at a trot.
Whatever.
If you whipped Tinkerbell into full gallop, you'd pull away. But even Mirwin's not riding that fast.
Whatever. Let's go on.
As I said, it's a little dysfunctional, but you form a little group going at a kind of weird pace. But you're up and out of the valley, heading west, and into some of the foothills of this mountain. You get into higher fells, and atop one of the hills. Everybody, go ahead and make a perception check.
Sorry, I was looking something up.
You
9.
9.
9.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
So collectively, you guys observe the area that you're in. You see far off. It's probably still a good hour's ride away.
Run.
I rolled 18. Simon.
An 18. Okay. Good at least hours ride / trot / run / gallop / whatever you guys are doing away.
Technically, in 6 seconds, Bew can travel 90, 135 feet in 6 seconds if he uses his action, his movement, his action to dash, his movement, and a key point to step of the wind. So technically per round, I am moving 90 feet per second for every 6 seconds.
And the thing you see is what you perceive to be the tree. It's on a hillside. You can barely make out patches of flowers from here. This one looks like it's birch type tree with its white bark upon the trunk, rising up into pretty much now dead dead leaves, but you see the tree there. And also, you see a couple of little things watching you from a cliff not far to your right, a rocky, small cliff. They look a little bit like this. And they go, "Pap! Pap!"
It's a dodo bird.
Yeah, they are dodo birds. Pap! Pap!
Are they collecting melons?
The last melon. And you see
vaguely
it looks like they're protecting a nest. There's a large sprawling nest that's in a tree nearby, and they are aggressively beginning to honk at you.
I got a crown that says that's the tree we need.
Pop!
No, it's an hour that way. Yeah, we don't even have to go through the dodo birds, right? Did I read that correctly?
Yeah, they're a bit off to your right, on just a regular looking tree, but there's a big nest weaved in the top of it, and the two dodo birds sitting around next to it on some high rocks, very much calling out at you.
I thought there was a tree about an hour's ride away from us that we saw.
Yeah, this is a different thing. Ahead of you,
Okay.
on the horizon, there's a hill with a taller tree that looks like it's a birch type tree, white bark,
Yeah.
and around it you can just begin to make out there are some fields of flowers around it. But this is
Let's stay
additionally.
as far away as possible for these stupid birds.
Yeah, no, I think that's the tree over there, Worth.
Sure. Whatever.
One of
I
them
don't
I mean,
hops
they're just
down.
birds.
I don't see any flowers around this tree anyway, so.
One of them hops down from its cliff, bop, bop, and starts like almost pawing the ground.
Take out my crossbow and I shoot it.
Aw,
Make an attack roll.
you're so mean.
Pop, pop.
We're going to get kicked off their sacred ground, Worth.
I rolled a 1.
You miss the bird and aggro both of them.
Bew gets on the horse and rides away.
They go. They're flightless, but they're fast, and they scramble towards you guys. Bew,
I take off
um,
on the horse.
Bew, make an acrobatics check to just to fly away on that horse, having it be your first time.
Acrobatics. That's okay. It's
X.
still a million. Oops. 20, not natural.
With the panic of these two aggressive birds coming in the wake of Warith's missed shot, you do basically you do a jump, not even bothering with the stirrup, just a monk jump up, landing on the saddle, and you just flick the reins almost as if you know exactly what you're doing, even though it's a little
Coming, you.
wobbly. And the horse shoots off.
Follow.
Mir, when you follow at a gallop as well, the birds are getting close.
Yeah, I go. He does. Shouldn't he have to do another animal handling check?
James just does not like to be beat.
No,
I'm just gonna ask for the success in the acrobatics for that one. You narrowly escape the vicious dodo birds
The dire dodos.
who were
Dodos.
gonna wreck
Those
your
are already
stuff.
dire. Dire
Dodos
pigeons
are-
already.
Dodos are straight up dire pigeons. That's what a
what
dodo bird
dodos
is,
essentially
basically.
are. They're just giant, stupid pigeons.
All right, so continuing to ride on, now at a greater pace with the straight gallop of all three horses, you reach this tree in under an hour at your pace, and you rise up this gently rising hill that's snow covered. But even through the snow, you see winter flowers of blues and violets rising up in a gentle on its gentle slope. And there you see this large tree, thick bole, and you can tell that this is very likely the tree. It's in exactly the same place that she described it would be.
You know, riding horses isn't half bad.
Yeah, we could have been here a long time ago if you jumped up on the horse in the first place.
I'm kidding you. I did not like it. I was scrambling the whole time on those metal shoe pieces and just I couldn't get a grip. I was just riding real hard on my tail. Not a fan. Anyways. I'm gonna go do the thing with the tree.
Do the thing.
All right, you guys get down off your horses, head up to the tree, and are you're gonna make this attempt, Bew?
I'm gonna do it. I'm
that you
going to.
crafted?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt it twice, one on each side of the tree.
Okay, so roll a survival check for the first side.
17.
All right, so you carve in with your hand axe that V shape. Tap in that little tap. Hang your flask. And a few minutes go by and you see bloop, bloop, a few drops start to come out.
This is where part 2 can I'm not watching. Can I do both of them at the same time?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Do you want another survival check, or is
Yep, make
17 right?
make a check for 17. Yeah, now make a check for the other side too.
It's a 15.
Yeah, you're able to pretty much repeat the process.
Part
So now
2
you've
of
got-
all the stuff that I bought
Bloop, bloop.
is taking the flint and the tinder and attempting to warm the tree so that the sap flows faster.
Yeah, describe how you will accomplish this.
Well, I'm thinking now I should have also picked up a glove, like a heavy glove, so that I could hold the tinder.
I mean, you've got a gauntlet on that's of decent.
Metal. It's gonna start cooking my hand. before
Yeah, I mean,
anything
yeah,
else.
the leather on the underside is not particularly thick, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I guess it would have leather parts to it.
Yeah, your the palm is leather, but it's soft leather, not real armor leather.
So instead, I would take the campfire, or I'd take the axe and build a small fire with brush and stuff around it, and heat the axe, and then I would go back to the tree and press the axe into the tree, making sure not to damage the tree, just to kind of warm up the area around and above, so that the sap would flow freer.
Sure, with 2 successful checks already, you're able to do that, and the tree is a bit warmer with your efforts, and you notice that sap begin to run a little bit thinner, less viscous, and at a higher rate into both of the flasks. And it takes maybe an hour before you have an amount that you're satisfied with.
Yeah, that works pretty well. Cork the flasks, set them back in the case with the others, pull the tops.
And you have your first sample of sap.
2 samples, hopefully.
Yeah, so yeah, you have definitely enough sap, you figure, from your first tree.
Contingencies. It's all about contingencies, you know? This seems to be something that's important. Might as well get double. Good affirmation, you guys. I'm glad that my industrious plan is all fine with you. And we go on.
Onto the north tree.
Yeah.
They just kind of watch you silently, apparently.
We just sit there and watch you.
I
Yeah.
hope you die.
Brown to find to the north.
You mount up again. At this point, it's maybe it's a mid-afternoon, about 2:30 or so. And roll perception checks as you ride north toward the second tree, which she described as being on a high ridge, difficult to get to. Behonefiend. 10.
26.
Oh, that's so high.
I got a 1.
Well, among all of you, balancing that all out, you find you note a couple of wild kula birds, more birds, and they are the ones from the giants domesticate. And they are roaming about.
We give them a wide berth.
Wise to do so. The landscape as you go up into the rising fells is a little more difficult. You're forced to slow your horses a little bit, and down to a trot, and you make your way into the landscape is rockier, rising, and you see about 2 hours into the ride, so about it's around 5 p.m. You see a big gnarled tree whose roots dominate a rocky rise with its jagged rocks, and this tree gnarls up into dead branches, reaching and clawing at the sky. And with its thick, majestic, twisting bole, you can surmise that this is the second tree.
All right, Bu, there you go.
That looks a little more difficult to get to.
Yeah, it might very well be.
He's mountain goat. Remember we climbed that cliff after those goats before?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was funny.
Yeah, I did try that. Are you going to stay here and make me do my pilgrimage by myself?
Yep, that's the idea.
I'll go with you.
All right. Warth is very grumpy today.
You see Warth doing a little bit of sulk from the back of his horse, like
With the sulk. I'll
a little bit of sulky face.
I'll take 3 flasks, 3 taps, and then flint tinder, etc., etc.
Yeah. Give me athletics to climb up to this thing.
That was a 16 plus a million in athletics, so 20 total.
I got a 16.
Okay, easily you guys scale this peak, and up onto the top of it, the tree. It's not really too comfortable. It's a little precarious, but you find a bit of a space that you can sit, and you do your work. Make one survival check for your work on this tree.
It's not great. It's a 6.
You're only able to get 1 tap in. The other one it's not quite in a spot that'll get you very much sap out. So the second one, and you get the first one in, and the heat works, but it takes a little longer on this tree. So you're here till sunset at about until about 7 p.m. after sunset, and it has gotten dark now. But you do extract sap enough that you're satisfied, but you don't get 2 of them, unfortunately.
Would very much like to get a second one, but almost want to say what's the worst that can happen, you know? And we spent so much time, and Worth is down there thinking, you know.
Yeah, it's dark. Worth, what do you do? What are you doing?
I built a fire.
Yeah, you see Worth down there has been taking care of his own business. He's started the fire. He's kind of sitting down there. The horses.
Taking care of the horses.
Down there next to him.
I think he's in a very happy place right now. He's got 3 of his favorite animals around him.
He does, all to himself.
Just kind of sit there and enjoy the fruits.
Fruits. So
you know,
collected...
horses are juicy like a fruit, and he just gets to enjoy them.
Okay.
So you have collected sap from Fenrir and Braunefins, the west and north, and you just have Widerhaus left. It's nighttime. What do you do after you finished collecting this second sap?
Head back down to Worth, I would think.
You rejoin Warth there at the campfire.
Worth.
Oh, he survived.
Yeah.
We did survive.
I would have liked to
No.
leave another one of those flasks up there.
Sure.
And a tap. So we still have 2 taps, and 8 now. Yeah, 8 unfilled glass vials.
Good.
You think we should maybe camp here, Worth? Is this comfortable for you?
Sure.
Just wondering.
It's fine with me.
We camp here. It is nighttime already.
And these ridges were kind of hard to climb in the daytime, so I think it might be too treacherous to try at night.
Yeah, I think you're right. Strangely winded, you know. Strangely winded. So maybe resting here would be fine with me.
So you bed down for the night. And who's taking first watch?
Yeah, I will.
You take your watch, Bew. Roll a perception check.
That would be 11.
There are some animal sounds, but nothing too threatening. You hear the call of what probably is a bear, a growl, but it doesn't seem to sound too close. But by the end of your watch, you are more than strangely winded. You're definitely winded and definitely need some sleep, and you're feeling just a little bit itchy.
Yeah, keep that to myself.
Who's taking second?
Whoever he wakes up.
This is gonna be Worth. I'm gonna break up his sleep because
Yeah.
that's funny.
Always Worth.
Oh, you guys.
What you get for not helping him?
Worth,
Oh no, it's such a.
Worth, it is your turn.
Fine, I guess you need your beauty sleep. You are going to die soon, after all.
Yeah, I have to look good in the casket.
Die young and leave a pretty corpse, I always say.
You should say something else.
Okay, I take watch.
Bew, you enter into your meditative states. You can go ahead and roll a perception check for your watch.
$15.
Yeah, so the night goes by. Your hours begin to go on, and you notice in a tree nearby 3 little blinking lights. And yes, your Fey Dragons have followed you. Vissa's Fey Dragons have followed you. Almost as if intentionally they were sent to follow you. You kind of suspect that.
I reach my arm up as if to call them.
They all 3 kind of flipped down towards you.
I give them each a little tiny bit of food. Yes. Aren't you guys stupid? Did Vissa send you? Did she? I don't know what she thinks she's gonna find out when you guys come back. Can you speak now? Are you gonna tell her what we're doing? Mm-hmm. Give them little scritches.
They all fly away after another moment.
Goodbye.
And your watch comes to an end.
I go over and kick Mirwin's foot.
But
It's your turn.
nah, anything happen?
I think Vissa sent the little Fey Dragons to check on us.
Maybe they just like you.
I probably. I'm very likable.
All right, you roll a perception
Says
for
the
your watch.
biggest penis on this side of the continent.
I rolled a 15.
You notice the Fey dragons too. You see them now up there.
Hey,
You either into it.
it's Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
And with that, the morning arrives. You guys head off.
I go up,
I mean,
wake up early. If they wake up with me and start their breakfast, I grab something to eat, but I go up and grab the piton or the tap
Sure.
and whatever flowed
Perfect
out into the
sense.
tap overnight.
A decent amount, actually. You got overnight. Enough to make you a bit more confident.
Redundancies, I say to myself.
Yeah, you have your redundancies. So you guys all grab a little bit of some rations from your packs, have some breakfast, and there you are.
Yeah.
It is particularly cold this morning.
It is a beautiful day today, and I got a little bit more of this, and I'm happy about that.
good. One more tree.
Yeah, just
And
one
then we
more
have to
tree.
find this Temple Island.
In secret, I kind of checked the boils.
It's not too pronounced, but a little bit itchy in some spots, and maybe a little more raised, and your throat's a little scratchy.
Yep. Yeah, just one more tree.
Okay. Off to the east.
So you set off early in the morning. So you arrive at the final tree, Widerhaus, and you descend from the rockier parts of the island into a more gentle valley, not nearly as large or well watered as the main valley, but there you see in a small depression in the land, there is a huge tree. It's bigger than the other two, and this one's wood is more reddish in the color, and it's taller. Its branches stretching wider, but all still quite dead.
This is a large tree. Usually, dead ones would not produce sap. That's strange. Well, maybe.
I
Who
don't know.
knows? Never
I
been
don't
here
know.
before.
I don't know
Um,
about trees.
Yeah, using the two taps, the two tap method.
Well, I make a survival check for
Two
this.
tap dudes.
That is a 18 on the first one and an 18 on the second one.
You very easily produce a good amount of sap from both taps, both of those vials, taking about an hour and a half. And that's, you got all this, you have all three saps now.
And the 6 total vials. I've kept them organized so that there's not like any sort of.
Yeah, you're able, you have kept track pretty easily of which is which.
If I had any leftover
You got them.
twine, I would or copper wire, I would tie the two pairings together, the 3 pairings together.
Yeah, I would say you have enough to do that. So they are very well organized. You got them. Have track of them very well.
I wonder why they said this was where their ancestors held court. Is there like
If you want to, you can make an investigation check.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that was the island until you reminded me.
a 9?
It's not immediately apparent, but you take a little bit of time to kind of poke around since you've made good time, and you notice that there are kind of halfway buried and underneath moss, there are what look to be lengths of stone, cracked and withered with time, but they may have at one point been benches, and you find them in sort of a circle around the tree. So perhaps they held court here by sitting about the tree, holding meetings. That's what you get from it. Nothing too more detailed.
Yeah. You find anything interesting there? Not Middleth, Mirwin?
Who's Middleth? Yeah, there's.
Echo of a friend from a different time.
Yeah, it looks like there's these stones. Maybe they could have been benches, but they're in a circle all around the tree.
Maybe it was Kibra. No.
What was that?
Is this a crossover episode?
We should totally do that, though.
It'd be the War of the Gods, though.
Yeah.
Who takes control?
That's why you do a 2-episode thing.
Oh yeah, Bew, Mirwin, and
Worth.
yeah, him. Each go try to figure out a missing person for about 7 hours.
All right. So you have all of your sap. What's your next move?
Where's this pond we're supposed to go now?
We have one more thing, and it's on
Again, it is on Temple Island, and she did not offer directions, nor did you ask for any. But you surmise that it's not on the same island that you're on.
Yeah, we were. I assumed at least that there was another island that we have to go to.
I suppose we should go back to civilization and ask for directions.
I think that's wise. I would like to personally hand off these as soon as I can, and I hold up the just in case we run into some sort of thing that could shatter glass.
All right.
don't-
Yeah, good idea.
Let's head back to her.
Mirwin, of course, you are aware of the way back to civilization, and you lead the party on your horses back to the main valley, and where you see Olga, the alchemist, sat upon her turtle.
Sat on a turtle.
You can see her. She notices you as you come over the ridge and down into the vale.
Well, hello. We
You
are
have returned, then.
we are back from the trees.
You found all three.
Yeah, we got sap from all of them.
That is very good. Sehr gut. Now,
Where is this island?
Temple Island is a couple of days sailing southwest of here.
Hmm.
I advise you to make haste. Now, Temple Island will have everything you need. But be warned, you must be very strong to go where you are going. Ready your minds. I believe you can do it, but you must also believe you can do it.
I believe we can do it.
Yeah, we should be able to. Not sure what you could be referring to on that, but for safekeeping, would you hold on to these? And I hand her half.
Of course. Thank you. I will keep them safe for you until you come back.
Yeah.
Bring me the water, and I will create the elixir.
All right.
Talk to your captain. I've already told her where you're going.
All right, back to the ship then.
That is, thank you. Thank you for all you have done.
Of course. You return to the Larkspur. Graziella greets you guys. We'll go to the place called Temple Island then. So Olga tells me.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
correct.
that's pretty.
So, no.
And this is where we will find the cure to keep my precious Beau from dying horribly. And she kind of grabs your chin.
Well,
Wouldn't that be a
Yeah.
tragedy?
yeah. Hopefully, we have all of the components. So, hopefully, we find the last of the components there. Here are the other three.
Oh, very good. Leave them on the ship, perhaps, when you go onto the island. It's a couple of days. Now, yes, let's hurry on. I would really hate to see you turn into a plant.
Yeah, same with me.
Set off! Raise the sails, lower the sails. And the Larkspur is off into the sea, heading south and west. The first day goes by. When you wake in the morning, you still don't have a fever, but the cough is slowly returning and the pain in your lungs as the blood vine begins to again attempt its best to take over your body.
I take 3 remaining empty flasks, and I heat up each individually the vials of full, and I divide to make 6 flasks.
Okay, you're able to do that. Second day, still a little bit worse, and this time there are a couple of boils that become more pronounced. No tendrils or anything, or vines, and they've begun to tend toward pain rather than itchiness. Now, about noon on the second day, you've made good time. The winds have been in your favor. You approach the island, and what you see is an island smaller than the one from which you came. There are still some hills upon it, no mountains quite as high as those upon Vakmal Island. But you see there's some forests there. A decent landing spot is a beach, upon which is a couple 100 feet up. There's a tree line that leads into a a forest that is there's snow upon the trees, but it looks a little bit more green on the land than the previous island was. And the Larkspur is brought in upon it, and the rowboat is ready for you guys.
Let's go. Before I go, though, Orth remembered he found rings and stuff on in the Vault of Ages.
You found so much treasure, loads of treasure in the Vault of Ages.
No, the little bronze rings he found in the cells.
Oh, okay, yeah, you found some bronze rings.
I wanted to put. Well, I think I had written down I have one. I wish to put it on.
Certainly. Absolutely.
Nothing happens. I don't get like a +1 to anything.
It's just a ring.
Darn. So it's sitting in my inventory for all this time. Like, I should put that on and see if something happens.
It's just a piece of bronze jewelry. As nothing really happens when you put it on. You don't feel anything with your newly found face steel sense. Nothing really changes in you.
Face steel sense. With me, I take the tinderbox, the flint, the remaining 3 empty vials, a smattering one of each of the vials of sap, leaving one of each behind, and then both of the water flasks.
All right. The rowboat takes you up onto the beach. You slowly, gently beach the boat and get out. As I said, the tree line is mere less than 200 feet away into the forest.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, suppose so.
So are we looking for a pond or are we looking for a temple
Yes.
with a pond?
It was called Temple Island, but she only mentioned a pond at the center.
One at the center. So I suppose we'll just work our way towards the approximate.
Yeah.
The approximate center of the island.
You walk slowly toward the tree line.
I want to look around for danger.
Make a perception check.
Danger, danger.
Oh.
1. You see no danger. You think it's probably going to be fine. There's nothing chasing you or even dangerous ahead.
Yeah, we're probably good.
I don't
You-
trust him, so I
Okay.
also roll a perception.
Sure.
I got a 13.
Are you looking around at all, Bu, or are you tunnel vision towards the cure?
I got things in my mind.
Murwin, you feel that something is deeply weird about this place.
Of course it is.
Something's weird. I feel some hint going on.
Nah. I'm the expert in hink here now. I don't feel anything.
The lady told us that we needed to be strong and ready our minds. There must be something up in these parts.
I laugh in the face of danger.
Okay.
I have on multiple occasions, Worth, seen you run away from scary things.
Yes, and I laughed at them as I ran away.
I don't think that turn of phrase really works with your actions, but you know,
No, it doesn't.
technically, yeah.
I laughed in their faces and ran away. Whatever, let's go get this holy water. Get out of here.
As you approach the tree line, you'll feel a strange trepidation, all of you, as if you are about to enter a place where mortals are not meant to go. You see almost a
Roll
shimmer.
credits.
You see almost a shimmer in the air,
Worship.
and as you pass into the woods, the world seems to shift, and you feel almost as if you've entered a dream. Around you, the sun flares and winks into this purple and gold, white, pulsing. Around you, the light seems to fall in multicolored shafts and fractals and chaotic patterns. The air grows warmer. The leaves of the trees are all of a sudden brought to life, unfurled in bright living colors, even blues and violets. Flowers around grow taller than you've ever seen. Time feels like it stretches out, each moment spread into 1,000 as the beauty of this place blooms in your mind. You see floating insects blinking with light. There are other fey dragons and many, many other creatures, wondrous things you've never even imagined existed. There are mushrooms here, some small and spindly, others as tall as trees, their tops sprawling out. You pass through clouds of floating spores like dust motes in the air, which emit a pleasant, slightly sweet odor, but have no other effect on you. From some of the tree branches, you see small things hanging by thin vines that appear to be lanterns almost at first, glowing with many-colored, sparkling lights. As you get closer and tread onward, you see that they are, in fact, little plants that resemble lanterns. The wind is soft, and there is music to this place as well, though it takes a few moments to notice. It's hard to tell where it originates from, but it reaches your ears in its song is like the tones of a flute played by a master musician. Birds sing in the treetops, somehow in harmony with this floating tone. What do you do?
I'm getting some real Feywild feels off of
There you
this.
go, buddy.
I say the plants that look like lanterns. We should call them planterns.
Wow. Feel like we've gone through a looking glass into some kind of wonderland.
Lord, hey, that's my thing.
In Critical Role, they just got out of the Feywild.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where I was listening to.
No spoilers.
I got some bad feelings about what this is. Not great feelings.
All right then. Well,
It almost seems like everything is as whimsical as it is deadly.
well, that could be interesting then.
Mirwin, your approximation of the center of the island is in line or out of line with the music that we hear?
Mirwin, you cannot tell which way is north.
Apples.
You feel
Books.
turned around, like
I thought it
direction.
was that way, but it might be that way.
Let's go straight ahead and see how that works.
Which way is straight ahead?
Not behind us.
Oh, okay.
Mirwin, your keen mind has failed us. We are all dead.
Yeah, this has never happened before.
As you go onward, roll survival checks for me.
What
11.
did you say? Survival?
Yes.
8.
15.
It's difficult to tell what time of day it is here. Time feels strange, and the concept of it is almost foreign at this point. You don't know when day began or when night will come, and the plants in the forest here lead you in a winding path that seems both senseless and yet ordered. And time ticks on, though it's hard to be aware of it. And you begin to hurt in the chest, and the boils begin to rise higher and further. And out of one you see one of the vines begin to emerge, pale red. You take your dagger and slice it off. And that burning pain in your arm just bites.
Yeah, have we seen any water? Have either of you seen any water?
I can't even tell which way is up.
It's so dummy. You take something and you just drop it, and then you in the other direction is up.
I reach down and pick up a rock and I drop it.
The rock falls downwards as is expected.
Oh, dang it. All
However,
right, then.
you have Mirwin knows that there is water around. You saw a pond not 50 feet back, just off of this small path a little bit, kind of under the shade of a large mushroom.
Yeah, I saw a pond back there. You don't think that was at the center, do you?
I just learned which way was up.
I go
Maybe
back
we
and
should
fill
take
up
some just in case.
Yeah, I go back up and fill one of my water flasks.
Sure. Yeah, you get some water out of it. This doesn't seem to be very. It's a small pond, not like it would be at the center of the island.
Do I get any hink off of this water?
Roll an Arcana check.
Well, that's pretty fitting. 7.
No, you as far as you can tell, it's just pond water.
Yeah, I doubt this.
Although it is remarkably clean.
Of course it is.
Quench my thirst with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel a little bit better to get hydrated.
I keep a little bit of it.
You walk on, and eventually, though you almost don't notice it, a twilight sets in, and the shafts of light become almost misty and wispy with moonlight, and they feel ghostly fogs that bloom with colors as they move into the light of the moon, and the song becomes a bit more somber.
Oh, this is a funeral dirge if I've ever heard one.
Make survival checks.
Woo! 5.
Oh, it did it again. Natural 1.
We're dead.
12.
We're dead. We're dead.
12.
You
I
feel
had a
very
19,
lost.
And then it rolled.
You feel quite lost at this point, and an urge to sleep comes over you.
Well, this is a good place to take a nap.
Yeah, I think that is. I'm getting an extra weird bit of ink off of this. I don't think sleeping is the best idea.
Honestly.
We can try to keep going, but I'm really tired.
Yeah, but it's
This is
important
the
for you
money
to push on.
If you want to try and push on, you'll have to make some Constitution saves.
I guess a little present.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we can always see how that goes. Maybe it'll go fine, maybe it will not.
16.
19.
Well, that was a 19 plus 21.
So, spurred by the feeling of helplessness upon realizing that you are lost in this strange realm you've entered, you bolster yourselves with strength and courage, mental and physical, and you push on into the night, forsaking sleep.
Forsaken.
You go on for several more hours. Time is a floating, strange concept, and sleep begins to fade from your minds as if you've forgotten what it is. When again, thin rays of sunlight reach up, seemingly from all directions, as if the sun is rising from everywhere at once. And these fractal patterns kind of
See
bloom and
Butte, the
float.
sun is supposed to be up, but it's also coming from sideways.
There has never been any like stability in where the sun is. It's always different areas.
Not at the same
The sky.
time.
But it's
Yeah.
only up in the middle of the day, and it's at the bottom at the beginning and the end of the day.
Yeah, well, that
That was
just
both.
proves that it is all of the times all at once.
Yeah,
That's the
Time
only
is-
explanation.
time is not real.
You're
That
not
is the only explanation.
The song gains more of its major tone back, and you see among treetops high above you, you hear an almost a laughing sound, and you look up and you see creatures that you have heard of in song and story. They almost resemble small halflings with wings, and they flit about in the trees with this almost bird-song laughter
flying
like
monkeys.
thing. You've heard of stories of things called pixies that flit about in strange areas of the world, enchanted places.
Yeah, we're in like an isolated Feywild.
And roll
Oh,
survival
wow.
checks.
Let's hope it's better than the last one.
I think I'm pulling you guys up with your bootstraps because that was a natural 20, bringing me to
Ooh.
22.
I rolled a 9.
I got a 5.
So overall, now Bu,
You're welcome.
you tell the party that this is the way, and you kind of direct them.
Yeah, it
into-
was the
into
good
a-
water that I just drank. Good water.
into a grove, and passing beneath an archway of intermingling trees, where these lantern bell-like plants hang in a row, forming an almost hallway, which at the end opens on into a peaceful glade. At the center of it, you see at last, it is the pond. You can tell it is the pond because its
It's the
waters sparkle as if gemstones are floating on its surface. You see reeds and cattails rising about its edges. There are bees and butterflies flitting about them. And in the very center, you see a thick pillar, a monolith of metal, some 50 feet high, completely square. A single pillar of metal of a dull gold color.
Not face deal then, huh?
Roll Arcana.
That was awful. 6.
You can sense that it's probably face deal, even though you haven't seen it in this form. You feel something. In fact, you all feel energy seems to radiate from this whole area, like heat from a bonfire. But rather than feeling it on your skin, you feel it in your minds.
I want to walk up to the water and touch it with my finger.
Yeah. You approach, and as you do, as you bend down, you see something. You see a movement off to your right. And what just appeared to be a gnarled tree turns to you, and you see a face.
Ah!
Behind
beard?
us.
It very much resembles the keepers from the vault, but this creature is much more ethereal, Elysian in its presence. And all about it, several, almost as if summoned, wolf-like creatures appear.
Great.
You see they are covered in moss, vine, even flowers. And they resemble vine seavers. But again, their presence is much different. And they form a ring around the pond. You now see, there are 3 of them. One comes up and stops next to this vine-like form with its dimly shimmering face. And it speaks. It says, "You seek healing.
We do.
Are you worthy to enter our realm?"
How can we find out?
Why are you worthy to be in our realm?
We seek to save the world from evil.
What is this evil?
People that would destroy innocent villages and cities of people, children, families, to gain power.
Have you the power to stop them?
We'll do everything we can. We'll give our lives to save the world.
Your sentiment is noble. But now a test of strength is required to see if you can defeat your enemies in your world. You must defeat those in mine. He stretches out a tendril, and all come forth his wolves. Roll initiative.
This is just great.
I rolled a 1.
Haha, I rolled
5.
a 19.
It's a good thing I couldn't roll a 0, otherwise that's what I would have rolled.
It's possible to roll zeros. You just have to have a -3 in something.
I would roll a 0 if I tried unarmed strike because, I have a -1 in strength.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I literally can't hit anything and cause any damage.
Love you, Worth. All right. So
Hand to hand, you and I, you die every time.
do or die every time. What was your roll, View?
It was a 5.
Do that thingy, or do you just
5, 1,
Oh, I
and
forgot about the initiative.
yeah. Add your bonuses.
Then
4.
8.
Okay. 8, 4, and Mirwan.
19?
Okay, Mirwan. You and Worth. Perfect.
In the light of the day, in the dark of the night.
All right. It's Mirwan. As 3 wolves rush at your, this pack of wolves rushes at your party, one of them heads, basically it's one heading at each of you, essentially. One heads around toward you, one in your direction directly, and one more kind of curving around towards Warith. What do you do? The first one's about 10 feet right in front of you, Mirwan.
I am going to run up and swing my axe at it.
Okay? Make an attack roll.
16.
That hits. Roll me some damage.
8.
All right, very good. Is that yours?
And then for my second
Okay.
attack, a 23.
23 hits as well. Roll damage.
I would hope so. And 4 more damage.
How do you want to do this?
All right, as the wolf, this wolf charges at you, you get a good 2 whacks at it with your axe, which throws it off balance a little bit, and you hear a crack, which brings it to the wolf's turn. I mean, Grove Guardian
Grove Guardian.
with edited stats. Right, the first wolf that you just attacked Mirwan will come back at you, and he'll make 2 attacks at you.
No.
There's a 14 hit.
No.
So its first attack, it snaps its jaws at you, and you like put your you get the haft of your axe just in between its jaws and shove back on it. And for its second attack, it's a 24, which it rears up then and slashes at you with its claws, and
Oops.
you get a blow at your torso. And overall, let's see, that one's gonna deal 3. Where did you go, D6? Come back here. Gonna deal 8 piercing damage or slashing damage as he slices
Ew.
you with his claws.
Now you've made me angry.
How much, dude?
8.
The second wolf is coming for you, Arth.
Of course he is.
He goes into a wolf, launches at you with teeth and claws. It does a 19 hits. I know it does.
It does indeed.
That's his first one. Hits you with a bite, and he kind of digs into your armor, piercing a couple of holes in your coat. And with his second attack, is a 21. And this, he muscles into you with his superior strength and gets his claws in. And that's going to, in total, deal. That's going to be 19 slashing damage.
I would like to use Uncanny Dodge as my reaction to have the attack.
All right, so the second attack dealt 10 of it. So you're going to take that down to 5.
Okay, so
So 14 damage total then. Third wolf is coming straight at you, Bu. He's going to take 2 attacks, just the same, launches power from its back legs, and does a 14 hit.
It does not hit.
He launches and you'd sidestep with his first attack, and with the second one, that's an 8. You make this very adept sidestep, and he flies past you and does a roll over, and you get your attack ready, and he doesn't get anything on you, and it's your turn.
did your AC go up?
It did.
Yep.
Okay. 2 strikes with the staff of the Shard Keeper, please and thank you.
Indeed.
The first one is going to be a 13.
13 does not hit.
Second one is going to be a 15.
15 hits.
Hey. Okay. And let's see. Let me just pull out a D8 real quick. Sorry, I didn't have my dice ready before. But now I have all my dice ready. That is going to be 10 points of damage.
Right.
And then I am going to use yeah, let's go ahead and use Stunning Strike on that hit.
Okay.
Burning
That's
a key point.
DC 13.
Yes.
That's a 19. He saves.
Okay. Flurry of blows then as well.
Okay.
That's a 17 plus 6, which would bring it up to over 20.
Yeah, big hits.
And then 12 plus 6, which would bring it up to 17. So both of those hit.
Okay, yep. Need some damage
Uh,
on those.
that is... man, where did my... Oh, right, there we go. That would be 7 points of damage and 6 points of damage. And I would like to inflict upon him. I need him to make a dex save, please, 2 times. I want him prone.
First one is a 2.
Okay, so he's prone.
Second one is also a 2.
All right, he's definitely prone then.
Okay, yeah. So you come in with this huge combination of strikes. You first whoosh over his head with your staff, but come in back with a combination of strikes, and finally getting so much force on the last one that it actually knocks the wolf back onto its back. And it's going to be Warith's turn.
That'll end my turn.
Nice stuff there.
I stab at the wolf.
All right, yeah, the one
Stab it.
that's coming, it's coming towards you. Not quite there yet. Go ahead and give me an attack.
It's an 11.
Doesn't quite hit. You slash upward with your sword, and as it tries to make its way into you. And is that in your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Back to Mirwan.
Well, now I'm very, very angry. So I'm going to enter a rage.
All right.
And a 20, not natural to hit.
Hits.
– 11 damage.
Ooh. That's a hit. You get a good cleave in, and you see some of its branches and a flower go flying off into the air.
Haha, that's right.
And
It's confetti for you.
Tries to get itself back at you. And with your second?
Ah, sorry. An 8.
And nah, that one misses. This time you try to follow back on the blow, but you bury your blade straight into the dirt and pull it back out. It's the wolves' turn. First one back at you, Mirwan. It comes in straight with a bite attack. It's 14.
No.
It dives right past you, and you get out of the way, kind of pushing it off with your axe. But with its second one, does a 12 hits.
No.
Again, this time you muscle it with your shield and kind of get a little knock against it, and it can't get you. Second wolf is coming at you, Warith. It's a 16.
Yeah.
Okay, it comes in with a bite, and the second one is a 9.
I would like to use my reaction to uncanny dodge it.
Okay.
And half the damage.
The damage is 10, so you take 5 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Gets at you with its claws. And the last wolf, the one that you bludgeoned several times, will first get up from prone, and will second. How far does that knock it away? Does it have knockback?
I didn't knock it away on that time.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's a different ability. So he comes at you first with a bite attack. A 15 again.
Oh, that hits.
That hits. Okay. And the next one is a 14.
Misses.
So with its one strike, it deals 13 slashing damage.
Harry.
All right, roll that dice.
4 plus my dexterity modifier, which is 3, which would reduce it by 7 points of damage.
Ooh, very nice. So you only take 6 points of slashing damage in that case. And sorry, did he take his second attack already? I'm the big. Yes, he did. Okay.
He hit on the first, missed on the second.
That's his whole turn then, and that's all of the wolves. It's as a pack, and it's you again.
I hit him.
Okay.
16 plus 6, 22 on the first one. 2 plus 6, 8 misses on the second one.
Mhm.
First is going to be 6 plus. I really need to. Okay, 1d8 plus, so 9 points of damage on the first one. And then I would like to do 1 unarmed strike. Which will be a 16 plus 6, 22.
Hit.
And that is max damage, bringing me up to 9 points of damage on the unarmed
Ooh,
strike.
you just got it. How do you want to do this?
Striking it on its side, causing it to cry out, and then just a punch into its skull, making a horrible crunching sound.
It
Like what recently happened, James.
You.
It won't work without the skull here.
Remind me to tell you all that story.
I'm sorry, what?
I've heard this story.
Do you want to hear it now? In the throes of battle?
Save it for after the battle. You punch this fake creature into the ground, and it with this crunch, and it rolls over, and you see this massive vines burst from the ground and encapsulate the creature, and a second later they withdraw, and the wolf is gone.
No looting that one. All right. Then with my bonus action, I would like to... Oh, no, nothing. I can't do anything. I used my bonus to do an unarmed strike. I'm done.
Okay. It's worth it.
Hey, so the last turn of the wolf, he hit me twice. What was the damage on the first hit? Do you remember?
Who?
9.
Let's see.
I thought he missed you on the first hit.
No, he hit both. It was going to be a 19 total damage, but you reduced it by
Okay,
by 5. So
Okay,
it
then.
was 14 total that you took.
I thought that was the first time.
The second time was also it was the
It
same.
was the same? Oh, okay.
Hold on. Come on, stupid thing. Hold on a moment.
Yeah.
Well then, since I am now down below that, bring it down below half health. I'll use the. Well, no, that's an action, so I don't want to do that. I'll attack it.
Okay.
$12.
That one doesn't hit. Again, you get close enough to you just chop a little bit of grass flies off into the air. And that is going to be bringing it back to Mirwin.
The first hit is a 12.
That one is
The second is a 25.
very much hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
So you get a solid axe blow in, but upon pulling the axe back out, you hear the creature go, and then you feel your feet become rooted in place, and around your legs and feet, vines form and root you to the ground.
Well, that's just wonderful.
And you are unable to move until the effect ends, and you aren't able to make any saves on this turn, or anything like that. And it's the wolves. Sorry, you. That's just one attack, right? No, you made 2 attacks. Okay.
Yeah, that was my second.
It's the wolves. The first one, it's going to attack you. The one that just enrooted you,
Rude.
and it's going to be a 16.
Yes.
And its second attack is a 10.
No.
So it still deals you 14 damage, slashing damage, as it comes at you, your immobile form, and claws at you.
And I get to have it because I am in a rage.
You do indeed. So that is 7.
Woohoo.
And the remaining wolf will attack Worth since it's engaged to you. That's an 8.
Hey, it finally misses for once.
And you're quick enough to duck under its leap at you this time, and it's Bu's turn.
I would like to head over to Merwin and try to free her from the roots that are in grappling
Sure.
her.
Make a melee attack. You'll have to use your dagger.
Take my staff and I'll hit her feet until she's free.
If you would like to attempt that.
No, I'll cut her free using my dagger.
Okay. Yeah, make a check on that.
A melee attack would be 19.
Yeah, attack on the vines. You take a minute, but you quickly saw through them, and she is no longer restrained.
Okay, and then with my bonus action, I guess I'll use an unarmed strike at the wolf that she's facing.
Okay.
Just to punch it.
Just punch it.
That's a natural 1.
Now you miss, and I'd slip a little bit past it, but you don't fall quite. But you're unable to get anything on it. Garth, your turn.
Oh, I'll use the helm thingy and
Healing wave.
healing wave. Push him back 15 feet and heal 1d8 damage.
Okay, so you see a flash of light from the helm, and this wave of force, and it shoves both of those wolves back out of melee range with both of you guys. And Worth, you are healed 1d8, and then it is Mirwan's turn. So now your nearest wolf is 15 feet away from you.
Well, now I'm going to run up to it and hit it again.
All right. Yeah, use 15 feet of movement to get up to that wolf. Make an attack roll.
22.
Hit. Roll me some damage.
Seven.
It's looking rough. You get a hit in on it, and it's stumbling about a bit now, and a groan comes out of it. And your second?
24.
Ooh, that hits.
$11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I am going to take my axe and shove it straight down into the top of its head.
You do that. So you get a whack, and your axe bites into it. And upon trying to pull it back out, again, those vines rise from the ground and cover its body, and you're just able to get your axe back. And it forms almost a cocoon, and then several moments later withdraws, and the carcass is gone, or the wolf is gone.
Carcass. No more.
And where the remaining wolf will use its movement to launch itself back at you, Worth, doing a 13 to hit.
Hey, it missed again.
He leaps at you, just again launching himself feet forward, mouth gaping. And you do like a Matrix duck move, and it goes straight over you. And it's Bue's turn.
I will motivate my way over to Warith and his wolf, and I'd like to position myself so that I'm flanking that wolf.
Yes, you may do that.
Well, the first one was a 10, which would bring me up to a 16. The second one is an 11. That will bring me up to a 17.
Yes, both of those hits.
I'm just rolling to see if I get any criticals. Nope. Okay. So 2 hits with the Shardkeeper staff. That is 1 damage plus why don't I have this thing written down? Oh, there it is. 4 damage. Ooh, max damage, which would be 11 damage.
Is that total?
No,
Okay.
15 total.
15 total.
And then I would like to go ahead and burn a key point to do Flurry of Blows. So 2 more quick jab punches. Both of them are, I rolled 2 19s.
Okay.
So that would be a total of 25 on both of those hits.
Hit and hit.
5 damage and 5 damage, but that's with the gauntlets, which brings those up to 9 points of damage each. So 2 times 8, an additional 18. 15 and then 18 points of damage.
Oh, dang.
I would like it to make 2 dex saving throws or be pushed prone, please.
First one's a nat 20. The second one is a 16.
Okay.
So he saves.
Not prone.
So you use your advantageous position on him to get a bunch of strikes in and just deal a crushing amount of damage to it. just flurrying all over the place. And it's back to Worth's turn. You are now having you have advantage now on it and sneak.
Well, it doesn't matter if I don't hit him. We'll see what happens. I've yet to hit this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 22.
Hits.
I pulled out my mic for that one because I knew it was going to be a big one, and
Nothing.
it balled me.
15.
The 15. Yeah, that.
No, that's the damage.
Oh, that's the damage. Ooh, how do you want to do this?
I don't care. I just want to stab him and go away. Be done with this.
You run it straight through the side and pull it back out. The vines envelop it, and moments later, they recede and it's gone. And at that moment, you hear from behind you, oh. And when you look, you see each of them in the trees behind you, looking down on you. And the creature
Square up.
by the pond then speaks. Your strength is great. I'm glad to see it. And now you shall receive healing. Come, take of my pond what you require.
It's you, Bew.
Thank you. I thank you very much. I drink the rest of the water that I kept in that one flask, emptying it and then filling both of them.
Yeah, you get a good amount of water. And he says that I will provide you no direction on how to get out of here, though. You found your way in and you must find your way out. Therefore, you will have proven for all time that you were worthy to enter, having left under your own strength.
We thank you for your generosity, and please be safe here.
Our realm is secure.
Yeah, well, I felt like I had to say something. I didn't really have anything to say, but thank you.
It sort of smiles a little bit.
Goodbye.
Go in peace. And you turn and leave, the wolves watching from the trees the whole time. And you meander back out through that tunnel with the hanging bell plants into the wilds once again. Make me some survival checks.
Hecky to brecky. 7.
3.
Hold on. Seven.
So back out into the wilds here, you again become disoriented. And the time is strange and your heads kind of swirl as you wander through this mystical land until again the light begins to fade in the sky, replaced with this magical twilight and these wispy moonlit clouds. What do you do?
You all were thinking about a rest earlier. Are you thinking about it extra hard now, or should we just power through and get out of this forest?
I get here. Let's go.
Yeah, let's try to get through.
Okay.
Roll me some con saves with disadvantage.
I'm not afraid. Everybody. 12.
10.
1.
I'm not the worst.
You just are unable to go on. Trying to stay on your feet is just, you're unable to. Especially Bew. You sit because you can't even hold yourself up right now, and a coughing fit seizes you, and you feel sweat drip from your brow, and you feel your body heating up, and you notice more of these tendrils. One of them has enwrapped herself around your arm. You cut it off, and within moments, another one sprouts and takes its place.
Okay. If I can muster it, I'm going to start a campfire. I'm going to pour some of the water into one of the empty flasks. I'm going to heat up the flasks of the resin, the sap, and then I'm going to put roughly the same amount, a couple of drops each, into an empty flask. Um, into the flask with the water.
Make a survival check with disadvantage.
Just experimenting. Just experimenting. Oh, 8.
You get some in there, but it like you burn it a little bit, and the smell comes out foul.
Cast that flask. I still have 2 empty ones. We'll try again later.
Okay.
Yeah, throwing that one away. Just in case, Just in case.
You hear again the song turn more somber. And if you would all make wisdom saving throws with disadvantage, please.
7.
6.
3.
Within moments, you are all dead asleep. The song of the wild has lured you into the grasp of slumber. And
We all die.
You awake to a light, and again, it is that same ever encroaching sunlight coming from everywhere. And you rise, and your fever is high, and you discover that red tendrils have enwrapped themselves completely around your right arm, and some growing up on your chest. And they're deeper red in color now.
Do we get a long rest?
I was going to say, does this count as a long rest?
Yeah, yep, you get a long rest for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because I was still at half health even after the D8. And I got like a 7 off that.
One more early morning alchemy experiment.
Okay, survival check
with these materials.
So okay, survival check with disadvantage.
Oh, that one fell. That'd be a 12.
Again, the result is similar. It's not quite such an acrid burning smell as it is. It bubbles together in a way that you feel is very suspect.
Cast it.
Yeah, you toss it away.
Have one more absolute chance, and then we're on to different experiments. Just in case it takes. We allegedly have everything.
You rise again and head out in a direction. Make survival checks for me. Bu, you will roll with disadvantage.
16.
11.
1.
Bu, you become ever more disoriented. Up is down and down is up, and sideways is diagonal, and you even become a bit dizzy and you feel the need to hold on to your compatriots.
Try to do the
balance and
the rock trick that I did with Worth, and I find myself lying on the ground.
You see Bu just plump fall over.
Oh, that's not right.
I help him up. Come along.
You up and continue on for at least a couple more hours. But Mira, when you get a vague sense of where you should be going, and a little bit of your surroundings seem similar, even though so much of this area is so wondrous and crazy that it's hard to remember one large mushroom from another. You get some hints that you're on the right track. It is nearing what you feel must be dusk. Roll another survival check, everyone. View with disadvantage.
Ooh,
15.
8.
20
15.
not natural.
15, 8, and 20. Mirwin, you know which way to go. You feel certain that you are nearing the tree line where you entered this forest. And you get there. Within a few more minutes, you burst out and head down the beach. And when you look back, it looks just like a normal forest. You see nothing of the realm that you just exited. And in front of you is the rowboat upon the shore, and beyond that, the larkspur.
Well,
To which
in the
to
boat.
which you return. To which you return upon the rowboat. You lose strength as soon as you hit the deck. You fall over into the arms of whoever is closest, and you're not even sure who it is. And you are taken down to your bed. And the blood vine begins to encroach closer to your throat. And you feel this extreme, deep dread as you feel it taking over your organs from the inside.
It's a very strong possibility that I should be killed now, and because we will not make it back.
Down at your bed, Miali and Vissa are at your bedside, as well as many of the others. Brechen and Thicket are there. And Vissa pleads with you all not to please don't kill him. We've just got to get back there. Surely he's got another 2 days in him.
I don't know if this. I don't know if I have 2 more days in me.
She grabs on your arm, ignoring the blood vine, and just holds and collapses next to your bed. And you fall asleep, not certain whether you'll ever see the light of day again.
Roll to kill, Bio.
Until your eyes crack and a strange bit of light wavers and enters. And you find there are people there. In the meantime, you arrived back at Vakmal Island. You, Warith, and Mirwin took the ingredients back to Ulga the alchemist. She brought them to her hut, mixed them in a pot, forming a fine, viscous substance. And she put it in a small stoneware vase and said, "Bring it to him as quickly as you can walk. He may have seconds left." How quickly do you walk?
I'll run.
We walk as fast as we can. Which
You
my
walk
walking speed is
fast.
35 feet.
You walk as fast as you can.
That was your walking speed faster than mine too.
Barbarians,
short,
man.
stubby legs.
Barbarians. It's all class features, man.
I'm really fast.
That's dumb.
And now that your eyes are just barely opening, you are almost shocked to see some of the familiar interior, but in front of your eyes there's this red mist that floats about, and you see a puff of spore erupt from a boil on your shoulder. And you try for your dagger, but you cannot lift your arm, for it is bound to your leg by another thicker strand of blood vine. And a couple of moments later, you hear voices and footsteps, and Mirwin and Warith
Worth is like
emerge.
30 feet behind her, though.
I will say that you both keep pace. I'm not the two rules lawyery here. They approach and kneel down beside your bed. You hear Vissa yell, Mealy exclaim in delight that they found the cure. What do you do?
Give him the cure.
Give him the cure, however we're supposed to administer it.
You dash it upon the floorboards of the ship, damning your friend.
Warith, you take it in hand, open his mouth gently, and pour the liquid in. You feel your mouth becoming full, and you're unable to tell whether it's a vine forcing its way up through your mouth or something entering. And it pours down your throat, and you feel warm, warmer than the fever even. And your belly becomes full feeling, as if you've just eaten a large meal. And you breathe moments later with open lungs like you haven't felt in days. And your pain you feel is reduced a bit. And your friends sit about in trepidation and worry, just waiting and watching you. And the day is spent in this manner. And the night is spent in this manner. No one's sleeping unless Warith and Mirwin want to, but none of the others do. They watch as vines begin to wither and fall to the ground, releasing your limbs, beginning to unfurl from your organs, and are digested and metabolized by the body. And in the morning, the boils are fading and the vines are gone. You see some of the remnants around you, and you wake with a slightly clearer head. And you look around and see all of your friends.
Yes, I do not recommend you guys try that yourselves.
Mm. How are you feeling? You're looking much better.
No, he's not dead.
I feel like half a man.
Well, in fact, you're actually whole again, so that's good.
Mm.
I'm glad that you're gonna live. And Visas grabs you and grabs your arm and brings you into a hug. It's a little bit painful, but she seems insistent on it.
At this moment, I have lots of tiny little holes through presumably my muscles and organs. Moving really sucks.
Not hearing that, a larger hand comes and claps you on the shoulder a few times, and Thicket bends down and bends his large head over you.
Thicket.
Are you better? You are better. You are feeling good, right? Are you good? I'm better.
I am not feeling good right now.
No, not good yet. Just alive.
Not good yet. Have I ever told you how much I don't like you, Thicket?
I think that you're
I've
just
rubbed off a bit on him.
I'd like to think that you're just saying that because you don't feel very good right now. But we'll be friends again once you happy up. I mean, get better.
Happy up.
Would you like some ticket mix?
I would love whatever that very strong alcohol that was brought to me a few weeks ago was.
We can go and get some of that from Ekid if you need it, says Mealy.
Maybe.
You wake the next morning yet stronger. The pain in your limbs is reducing. The holes are closing up. And you are going to live. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
How close was that D100 roll that you did?
I rolled to see how well the ship fared on the way back to the island. It was for the weather mainly, and it was pretty close. It was
Just so
pretty
you
dang
know,
close.
we are now on the 1st of Ice Morn.
Wintertime, baby. Thank you.
If we actually did spend like 2 days in the fairyland.
You know what? I'm going to say you spent more than that. It's the 2nd of Ice Morn.
Okay.
There's an extra day in there that you just kind of lost.
I was
I was
wondering.
gonna ask somebody when we got back to the ship how long we were actually gone, but there were more important things. So.
I thought about trying to sing along with the music.
That was a cool session. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Gallows
Don't
humor.
make me so nervous.
The gallows humor, man. Like I wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous.
I was nervous.
But then like getting close there, I was like, oh man, it's actually gonna start to come down to a dice roll whether my character dies.
Yeah, it did.
And that's on one hand exciting, and on the other hand, very scary.
I mean,
Terrifying.
it got to that because you all rolled so poorly on all of your survival checks.
That was horrible.
That